Is Saturday, August 12th, 2023, and today is a absolutely massive day. Obviously everybody knows here that clearly I'm an Auburn fan. I've been an Auburn fan since like 2013 football and basketball. Um Today is a big day. Why? Well, if you don't know why, you've been living under a rock because today 5-star plus number one center in the entire nation, Flory Biduga, if I'm pronouncing his name correct, he commits today at 8 Central, and I'm going to be here. I'm going to bring you his live commitment and my reaction to his commitment. Obviously, I'm not guaranteeing that he's going to commit to Auburn, obviously, but I think there's a really, really good chance. Everybody's seen the crystal ball predictions up from a lot of sports guys out there. A lot of Duke guys actually said he was going to commit to Auburn, but this is a great day. Obviously, already know TJ Lindsley. He's already committed to Auburn in football. That was a absolutely massive get by Auburn. Uh, it's just been a really good day for Auburn so far, but capping it off with Flory Biduga could really, really, really be amazing. Uh, Hold on. I'm trying to get someone to hop on here later to talk about some stuff, but for now we're gonna stay talking about Auburn and college football for now, and then we might change it to something else later. Um, but yeah, I'm definitely excited to see where Flory goes. When you look at it, I mean, next season we already have Pettiford coming in to that 24 draft class, and the 24 recruiting class, and then we have possibly Flory. I mean, that would automatically make it one of the best classes in the entire nation next year, having honestly nearly the number one point guard and the number one center in the nation coming on to the Auburn team next year. And not to mention Aiden might he might still be here next year, honestly. Uh I'm not really sure of that. I'm not really completely sure that Aiden is going to stay. He might end up going into the NBA draft. Um, but it's not 100% that Aiden's gonna leave, especially with him being below 6 foot. It's just really, really tough to like. It's really tough for guards under 6 foot to be in the NBA and play at a high level. I mean, I don't really know one that's like you could name uh that actually was really good. That's either 6 foot directly or 6 foot or under. Um, I mean, obviously even Curry is 6 foot too, so I mean he's got a decent size on him. But when you're like at that 6 foot 5'11" status, it's really really difficult to just. It's not that they're not talented, and I don't really get what the whole height thing is, honestly, because I mean, when you look at some of the most talented guards, they were like 6'1", barely like an inch over. Like, I mean, you think about John Stockton, obviously Curry, um, Isaiah Thomas in his prime. I mean, there's a bunch more I can name, but NBA scouts look at it like this. They just kind of look at it that the more height, the better, because they think your back's gonna be bigger, but it's not. I mean, that height does not dictate talent, and I think that's a lot that the NBA's really like gotten mixed up with recently is they think height equals talent. And I mean, Look, I'm not saying Wembenyama is a bust. I'm not saying Chet Holmgren's a bust. I'm not saying any of them are a bust. But I mean, when you look at longevity wise, smaller players have better longevity than, 7 foot, they say monsters is what they call them. I mean, you look at Kristaps Porzingis. Everyone thought he was going to be the crap. I mean, they thought he was going to be the next freaking Hakeem Olajuwon, or even better. But that's not the way it played out, and he wasn't too great. I mean, really, when you look at it, his numbers weren't better than 15th pick. Um, so I mean, yeah, when you really look at it, height doesn't dictate talent. Um, Talent dictates talent, and your will to just be the best player out there. Speak while we're on this like kind of young draft class thing. Um, everybody's everybody that watches college basketball has seen Cooper Flagg's highlights. Um, Obviously he reclassified to 2024 class. It definitely has major effects for the 2025 class, but that's not what we're going to talk about here. I'm going to talk about the hype because it feels like I've seen this story before, right? It feels like we've all seen this story before, right? I mean, I have a magazine from like 2017 or 2018 one. This kid named Amani Bates. Um, it said, quote this from Sports Illustrated. Jordan, Bird, LeBron, Amoni Bates is next. Um, and I feel like that is kind of what they're hyping this kid up to be. They're expecting him to be the next great thing, like the next great Michael Jordan, LeBron James. Um, I mean, we've seen this more than one time. I mean, when you really look at it, you've seen this with you've seen this with who was his name? Mikey Williams, who was supposedly going to be one of the greatest prospects in history of the entire game. And then guess what happened? He threw away his career in some shooting. I mean, just look at it. I mean, the stats are there. I mean, it's clear to me that there's not been very many players that's hyped up like this and been like extremely talented. I mean, I'm not trying to diss the kid, but I mean, when you really look at it, more five-star recruits are busts than aren't. So, it's not crazy to throw out there that those kids are probably gonna be busts. I mean, I'm just throwing it out there. Give me 1 second, guys. All right, sorry about that, everyone. Flipping the subject here. Back to NCAA football for a little bit, and then we're gonna possibly have a guest on here to talk about some more NBA action. But first, um, I'm just gonna talk about some dark horse Heisman candidate. Well, not really Heisman, just guys I really like. Um, Personally, uh, one of my favorite quarterbacks out there right now is Riley Leonard, and probably not a lot of people know his name. He's the quarterback of Duke. He came out of nowhere last year and led that team to a 9-5 record, was it? Yeah, 9-5 record. And I mean, that was like one of the biggest turnarounds I've ever seen from like Duke, a basketball school, going from like bottom dwelling football teams, just getting a new head coach nearly every year, garbage and everything like that, to an actual shot at winning the SEC, or sorry, not the SEC, the ACC. I mean, they came out of absolutely nowhere. I don't think anybody expected them to be that good. Uh, but I mean, they were. They surprised a lot of people going out there and having a massive year. Um, and going 9-5, only losing to who was it? Let's just check real quick. I think they beat North Carolina and Miami. They definitely beat Miami. I know that Miami was garbage last year. Um, they only lost to Kansas, Georgia Tech, and North Carolina and Pittsburgh. So they beat Northwestern, Virginia, Miami, Boston College, Virginia Tech, and Wake Forest. And they also won the Military Bowl versus UCF. So they're one of my like dark horse candidates to like do really really good this year. Cause I mean, when you really look at it, the last time they made a bowl game before this was 2018 in the Independence Bowl when um what's his name was there? I forgot his name, but um yeah, Riley Leonard is the real deal, and I think he's just gonna get better as the years go along. Cause I mean, obviously he's a junior. He's still got plenty of time to improve. So, just look out for Duke this year, cause I think they're coming, and I think they're gonna come fast. Um, all right, moving on. Uh, talking about more of the ACC, Clemson. Everybody thinks Clemson's time is over, and I mean, it might be. They're not a blue blood in college football anymore. But that doesn't mean Dabo Sweeney's offense cannot be dangerous anymore, because it's always dangerous. Dabo's always going to be dangerous. And I think not a lot of people understand that it's Dabo we're talking about. The person that beat Nick Saban multiple times in a head-to-head matchup. One of the only guys who could just put a team in the college football playoffs every single year. Uh, Obviously looking at the massive rivalry comes in Alabama. But I think Cade Klubnik and that offense is better than ever. I mean, look, DJ, whatever whatever his last name was, DJ, he was an okay quarterback, but he's not Cade Klubnik. And I think that's what they were missing was the fact that Cade Klubnik is like far more talented than DJ Uungale. And I feel like, I mean, yeah, DJ's great. He'll do great at Oregon State. But with a great offense, obviously returning Jack Briggenstool, Will Shipley, and Bjork Collins, I think they are in a in good shape to make another run, finally make another run at the ACC. Because when you look at it, lost. They have not lost multiple games in they they haven't won under 10 games since when? I mean the last I don't even know when the last time they missed a bowl game was. Cuz 2018 they went 15-0, 19 they went 14-1, 10-2, 10-3, 11-3. So, I mean, I don't think being in the Orange Bowl is a disappointment for them. But obviously to Sweeney it is, but when you really look at it, it's not bad. Uh, going into the Orange Bowl year after year. I mean, obviously last year they were in the Cheez-It Bowl, and then before that the Sugar Bowl against Ohio State. But that's besides the point here. Yeah, I would say watch out for Clemson this year, because honestly, their offense looks really, really good on paper. I mean, they're obviously returning most of their O-line this year. Will Putnam, uh, Marcus Tate's back. Their defense looks really solid with Jeremiah Trotter back. Um, but yeah, look out for them to make a good run at the college football playoffs here. All right, moving on. Just I just want to talk about here all these Texas fans who are saying, "Oh yeah, this is our year, man. We're winning the national title." Look, let me put you in your place right now. Texas has not been really good since they had what's it, Mac Brown was it? I think they have not been good since they had Mac Brown. And I mean, look at it on paper. They have they've gone 7-3, 5-7, and 8-5 the last 3 years. They have proved absolutely nothing to nobody. And honestly, I wouldn't be scared facing Texas. Because when you really look at it, they think they're all big and scary. But at the end of the day, last year they lost to Texas Tech, Oklahoma State, and TCU. And the year before that, they lost to Iowa State and West Virginia. I mean, we're talking about schools you gotta beat to make the national championship. So here's a hot take. I know Texas fans are not gonna like this. I'm gonna say 90% chance Texas wins 9.5 games this season. I think there's no, I think there's a massive ceiling for them, but I feel like with Steve Sarkisian there, they're not going to move forward as a program. I don't think he's a great coach, honestly. He won 5 games and you're going to give him a cookie? He won 7 games the year before, now he wins 8. He's barely showing improvement with a team that gets, heck, 5 5-star recruits a year. I mean, that is underperforming at its finest. And it's not just this year either. I mean, they they've gotten some of the best prospects. Quinn Ewers, Bijan Robinson was one of the best wide receiver running back prospects out there. Um, they waste their defensive talent. I mean, I'm not trying to just scold Texas here, but they're not as good as people say they are. Every single year they say, "We back, Texas up." No, horns down is what I say. Horns down. There's no ceiling for you and your team with Steve Sarkisian as head coach. He's overrated. He only got a job because he coached at Bama and he was the offensive coordinator there for a couple of years. That's the only reason he got another head coaching job. You look at it, he was horrible with the Falcons. He wasn't good at BYU or Washington or USC. Well, I'll take that back. He was solid at USC, but he's overrated is what I'm trying to get at. And I don't know that people quite understand his past history here. He's probably the most overrated coach in the entire NFL right now. Or sorry, excuse me, college football right now. He was in the NFL too, honestly. One of the most overrated coordinators in history. All right. Anyways, enough rant about Texas and dissing them. I don't like Texas. I don't like Texas fans. I think they're high on the Henny every single year, year after year they are. So that's kind of why I'm just saying all that. But anyways, moving on here for now. Let's see. What quarterbacks to talk about? Oh, yeah. Um, I think a lot of people are writing off like Syracuse just because um Sean Tucker's gone. But I mean, look at it. Garrett Schrader controlled that offense so well last season. And honestly, he should have won ACC Offensive Player of the Year. But obviously Jordan Travis got that, I'm pretty sure. But what I'm trying to say here is look out for Syracuse this year. I think they're going to be much improved, unlike Wake Forest, who lost their starting quarterback. All right, moving on here. We're going to circle back to a team that I feel really high on this year. And I know I've heard a lot of talk about how high people are on Tanner Mordecai. Um and I agree. I mean, he's great. I honestly think with the way his arm is, he can he can take the Badgers to that next level in passing. I mean, he basically led the ACC or the AAC in passing yards for the entire time he was there. And I mean, he's really good. So, I would expect him to start. I think he's going to be really good. They already have Braden Allen, who is basically the consensus number one running back in the country right now, besides Quentin Judkins, who's up there. But, I mean, it's always Wisconsin that has the running backs, right? You look back, it's Jonathan Taylor. Who else? Who am I forgetting here? Obviously, Jonathan Taylor. Braden Allen is probably gonna go to the draft, honestly. I'm not sure who else, but I know the Badgers had a lot of good running back talent. Um, but yeah, expect Luke Fickell to definitely improve this Wisconsin team and take them to the next level, cause I see them being one of the best teams in the Big Ten this season. All right. We're not close to the Flory commitment, so uh, we're gonna be streaming for quite a while. I hope you guys know this, so just hang in there as we wait for the Flory commitment. We're gonna talk about quite a lot today, so just hold on. I'm sure I'll get to y'all's favorite teams eventually here today. Um, moving on for a bit, just to talk about something else. Um, that in the NFL, the preseason started, and we're already seeing some fireworks from some underrated players. There's actually games on right now. The Jets Panthers is on right now, and let's see, Zach Wilson's playing. He's got 14 of 20, 123 yards, one touchdown. I see you, Zach, putting in the work. Bryce Young is playing for the Panthers. I really wish Matt Corral's talent wasn't wasted with the Panthers now that they got their quarterback. Um, because I mean, when you look at it, he's really good. Everybody just really just doesn't give him a chance. And I think that's a problem with like a lot of players nowadays is they just don't get the chance to shine. And Patriots have one. Malik Cunningham. Ooh, that boy's a beast. I watched him while he was at Louisville. He was like an absolute track star, and he he's fast. He can catch the ball, and he can throw the ball. And I mean, that's as good as you want. I mean, I honestly think to look at him go undrafted is just kind of shocking to me with how much talent he has. I mean, really, you look at it, he can run, he can throw, he can catch. I mean, frick, he can catch, man. A quarterback. A quarterback can catch? What? You've not seen that since Nick Foles. Oh yeah, Nick Foles. But yeah, I think I always preseason's one of my favorite times of year, just because you get these guys who are just they don't have the chance to go out there and just get the chance to play and show how good they are. Um, it's just really it's disheartening for a lot of players because I mean, when you really look at it, yeah, there's a lot of roster spots on an NFL roster, but just missing that just sucks. Because if you're like the 50th guy on the roster, you're not going to see the field. You're never going to see the field. You're basically there as a fill man. Like, if a guy gets hurt and the next guy gets hurt and the next guy gets hurt, maybe you'll get to play. And if you get to play, guess what? You make one mistake, you're done. I mean, your career is basically over. And I think we see that a lot nowadays with quarterbacks, definitely. You throw a backup out there, he throws a pick, he's done for. Uh, and I think you don't see very good quarterbacks uh that are backups. Brock Purdy, he did really good last year, but other than that one exception, it's not been like a crazy amount of players. Uh, it's not been a crazy amount of players go out there, just thrown out there. First start in their career being a backup, undrafted, and actually being good. I mean, yeah, we've seen it 2 years ever, basically. Tom Brady and Brock Purdy. But that's it. Um, to think people are over here overreacting about a preseason game is quite crazy to me because you see the players that's out there playing in preseason, right? You've got freaking Cooper Rush playing. Cooper Rush. This dude couldn't. I mean, yeah, he won 3 games as a starter. Congratulations. But those are the guys you got out there playing. So, I mean, really, look at it. They're not going to be good. And I hate that for the kid, but it's just how history works. And looking at the history, um, there's really been no undrafted quarterbacks be really good. Alright, let's see here what we got to talk about. Because it's going to be a long time before, I think it's actually 8 p.m. Eastern time. Let me just check. Because if so, that's going to be 7 our time. So we got, what, an hour and a half? Let's see. Flory Biduga recruiting time. Let me just look it up. Flory Biduga commitment date. Bruh. Let's see. Saturday, August 12th. Yes, I know it's today. Let's see. Commitment time. Eight p.m. Central Time, and we'll be on ESPNU. Okay, so I'm probably not going to. So yeah, we got about 2 hours, away from Flory Biduga's commitment, so that is quite a while. I'm trying to get some guests on here. Let's see if I can get one of my friends in here to talk about some basketball. Alright. Alright, let's see. I'm going to send him this link, and then he's going to join up, and we're going to talk about some NBA. This will be my first guest on the show, so All right, let's get him on here. All right, we're just gonna wait a second for that, and then we'll resume our talking in a moment when he joins. Not sure when he's gonna see that, but this is a planned guest. Uh, it's one of my friends, so he doesn't really know a lot about college sports. Uh, he knows a decent amount about the NBA, so we're gonna ask him some NBA questions here and just give us a proper interview on the show here. I know it's a little boring sometimes, just sitting here watching me ramble about why Jaylen Brown isn't as good as James Harden, but yeah, we're gonna get a proper guest on here, and then we'll go from there. Uh, but I'm definitely excited for this show's future. Uh, I it's been one of my dreams for years to sit on here and just stream for hours at a time, and that's what we're gonna do today, because we're not going off this thing until we hear a word about Flory, because for one, I was gonna stream for a while anyways, but I just want to catch that moment, because if he does go to Auburn, I'm literally gonna be up here jumping. So let's just wait for a moment here. Just before he joins, let's just talk about some more college football. Um, Obviously, I'm not no pro here. I don't know like all the inside scoops. I don't have all the inside scoops. I don't really have friends to tell me the inside scoops, but uh I'm trying to grow that connection, and what I've been hearing about Auburn football camp is a couple people have stood out so far. Obviously, Jarquez Hunter is going to stand out because, you know, it's Jarquez Hunter. What do you expect? He's going to be one of the best running backs in the entire like NCAA next year. I'm telling you. And that may be a hot take, but I'm extremely excited for this upcoming Auburn season just to see uh how exciting Jarquez Hunter is going to be. Just him, really, honestly. But there's multiple guys I'm really excited to see. I'm really excited to see Shane Hooks. I think he's going to be really, really good. But I think that, hmm. I mean, I think our receiving core is going to be decent. Uh, we've got the talent there. We pulled Jair Shorter from forgot where it was. Let me actually just look at the roster here real quick. Yeah, so we got Jair Shorter from North Texas. He's pretty solid. Obviously still Javarius Johnson, who I think is okay, but I don't think he's necessarily a number one receiver when you look at it. I think Shane Hooks is a number one receiver. Uh, I think Corey Moore is underrated on our roster, and I think he'll be okay. But like exciting wise, Caleb Burton probably has the best talent on our team. Cause I mean he's basically a 5-star recruit. I expect us to get him on the field most definitely this year. Um, I definitely feel like he's gonna have. I don't know about this year, but definitely next year. I see him exploding onto the field and just having a massive breakout season. But I mean, really, really, when you look at it, we have extreme depth at the receiver position this year, having Coy Moore, we got Jair Shorter, Nick Mardner, Rivalio Fairweather, and more with Shane Hooks also coming in. Uh, but we also got Luke Deal, Tyler Fromm, and Micah Riley Delker at the tight end position. I mean, yeah, receiving core matters, but at the same time, when you look at it, Auburn has not had a great offensive line in like the longest time. So, when you look at it, um, I really just want to see them be better in the O line aspects of things. Hold on one second. Anyways, but yeah, I feel like offensive line's probably the biggest part of our team and our pathway to success this year. Um, but yeah, I think we'll be really solid. I want to get someone in here to talk about more Auburn football, but for now, I'm gonna pause it on that. We have one of my friends joining up here, and we're gonna talk about some basketball. Uh, and I'm gonna give y'all a proper interview here for the first time ever on this show. First guest, so it's gonna be really special. So just gonna wait until this man joins. I just want to let y'all know before he joins, this man is a heavy LeBron stan. So I'm not trying to diss here, but uh, just wait, just wait. Welcome onto the stream, man. Welcome to the show. Let's make sure to turn your volume up. Hello, can you hear me? Yo. Hold on. Hello, hello? Hold on. Let me see. Yo?
Yo.
Yeah, there you go. Welcome on the
Okay.
show, my boy. It's good to have you on.
I'm glad to be here.
You're my first guest on here, so it's kind of special.
Thank you for having me on the show.
I made sure to tell everyone you're a heavy LeBron stan on here, so everybody knows your true colors.
Yeah. I'm a big LeBron fan. He's the reason why I love watching the game of basketball. The reason why I rather watch basketball over football. And yeah.
You grew up watching LeBron originally, didn't you? That's why you
Yep.
first started to watch basketball.
The first ever game of basketball, NBA game I've ever watched was the NBA Finals Spurs versus Heat. I don't remember which exact game it was,
That was a
but I
good
watched that
series to
whole
pick
series with my
to.
cousins.
Yeah, that's a good series to have as your first game of watching the NBA.
Yeah.
I don't remember who won that series, but I think it was the Spurs. Or
Yeah.
maybe
Well, they played. I'm pretty sure they played back-to-back years. So it was
yeah, they
this.
played back-to-back years and I forgot I don't know I forgot who it was, but wasn't it the Spurs? There's a massive meme of LeBron dunking on a player. That maybe Boston I'm thinking about. Is it
That.
Paul Pierce
Yeah,
I'm
I
thinking
think that
about?
was Boston. No, he dunked
Yeah.
on. I can't think of the dude's name, but I know who you're talking about.
I swear it was Paul Pierce.
No, it wasn't Paul Pierce. It was a smaller guard, but he has. I know he wears a headband and he's like bald ears though.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure the dude was an all-star and he was like really, really good though. It had to have been a center, but
Oh, it was something I can't think. Whenever I know who you're talking about, but whenever I think of him, I cannot think of his first name. But
he was like one of the best shot blocking centers, I think, at the time.
oh wait, no,
Oh, hold on.
I
I'm
don't.
gonna look it up here.
I'm kind of lost now.
What year was it again?
It was either
2012.
2012 or 2011 or
It
2013.
was
I can't
Kevin
really see.
Garnett. It was Kevin Garnett. There you go. I don't know why I couldn't think of like his name. Yeah,
Yeah,
but like
I
he
didn't
he
watch that
head topped
series.
Kevin Garnett. But like that was probably the only like actual good part of the series LeBron played because and like I don't know if it was the no, it was the Dallas series, I think. LeBron just
Yeah.
he didn't show up to the court.
Well, it sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah, sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't. Um, but moving on here for a second, obviously you're a Sixers fan.
Hmm.
This morning the news came that the Sixers were stopping all trade talks for James Harden. Uh, I also heard that they tried to find a trade for him to the Clippers, but they couldn't do it. So I just want to get your thoughts on what you think the future of the team holds, and do you think that includes Harden, or do you think they might move on?
Well, Harden is a very, very, very old player now in the league. He has the experience in the playoffs that the 76ers need. He can't really provide as much on the offense side that he provided when he was in Houston. Whoa. Okay. It's raining and thundering outside. But yeah, back to what I was saying. He can't really provide as much on offense as what he did when he was in Houston, but he could help like the younger players like Tyrese Maxey, Paul Reed, and Jaden Springer bring out like the untapped potential that they have in them.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
And about the future, I don't know if he's going to stay for long because 76ers did pick up Patrick Beverly, and they don't really have a very, very good history. But
Yeah,
this was the same thing with the Lakers last year. The Lakers picked up
yeah,
Patrick Beverly. Him and Westbrook didn't have a very good history. And look at how they turned out. So we'll see.
yeah. I definitely agree with the Harden part because I mean, just looking at recent history, I mean, he's requested like three trades in the past, what, it's barely been 3 years since he just requested a trade out of Houston. I mean,
Yeah.
he wasn't in Brooklyn for but what, a year?
More. Yeah. I wouldn't say like a full year though, because he got
I think it
traded.
was a, yeah, I
He
think it
got
was
traded into his first
that
season, and then
playoffs.
yeah, did he? No, Kyrie got hurt that series. That year.
Yeah,
That was his
Kyrie
first
got
year
hurt in the
there.
playoffs, then Harden got hurt, and it
Yup.
was basically just Kevin Durant out there. Mr.
Yeah.
Super Team Rider basically out there. Um, but back to the what you were saying about the future. Um, obviously you're coming off of Tyrese Maxey fresh off of a 20 point per game season. Not quite all-star worthy, which I'm not sure if I agree with that given the fact I mean
He got snubbed.
average he did average 22 and 3. Uh I believe he was on the Rising Stars team. I'm not completely sure, but um, do you expect Tyrese Maxey to become that superstar y'all are hoping him to become? Because I heard that the 76, well, obviously Tyrese Maxey is a free agent sometime next year, I think. He was what, 2021 draft class, so he's going to be becoming a free agent soon. Uh I just wanted to get your thoughts. Do you think he's worth a $200 million contract given the fact that he hasn't became an all-star yet?
Well, I know he has the potential to become an all star. I know he can become an all star. It's more of like, is he getting the recognition that he needs to become an all star? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with that. Um,
But I don't
I
know
mean,
about 200 million. 200 million. That's like that's a lot of money right there.
yeah, I'm
You
not
know how
sure if it
many
was
hamburgers I
200
can buy with that?
million. I really think his asking price would be somewhere around 170 to
Yeah, that might be a real
180
good
possibly,
contract for him.
which is probably about fair, but I would say if he's obviously not a free agent next year, but this upcoming season, about I think it's, let's see, looking at his contract now, it's 2024 off season. He becomes a free agent.
Doing the rookie deal.
So not this season, but this off season, coming off season. But um, obviously y'all has have his bird rights, so that's not really a problem. But looking at how like stuffed y'all are with salary cap right now, obviously Joel Embiid getting paid like 160 million, James Harden, although I don't see him there much longer, and then that horrible Tobias Harris contract. And I actually wanted to ask you about that. Do you see Tobias Harris on the team in a year or two?
I'm just gonna tell you exactly how the rest of 76ers fans would tell you. I don't know what they were thinking when they took Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler. I don't know what they were thinking giving him that contract. And if I had the say so of if Tobias Harris could stay on the team or not, I would trade him. He wouldn't like I get the GM role of the 76ers. The first thing I'm doing is trading Tobias Harris.
Yeah, I completely agree with that, but it's the fact that in the current NBA market, nobody really values a Tobias Harris contract like that. Maybe if they could restructure down to
Yeah, a
like more of a
restructure would
lower,
be better for him.
yeah, a restructure. I mean, y'all could really keep him if y'all pay him like 15 million for 2 years. But $38 million for a player that hasn't been all-star caliber since I don't even I don't even know that he used to be all-star caliber. I'm gonna look at it, his stats, but uh the best season, yeah, okay. So he was borderline all-star caliber. He averaged 20 for the Clippers and then 18, 19, 19, 17 and 14 for Philly. So he's obviously getting old, so that's obviously going to be a concern when it comes to trade value. I just don't see teams taking a chance on a contract like that.
Yeah, the contract is like one of the biggest reasons why I would get rid of him. It's not that he's a bad player, and like his trade value is there, but like it's the contract that's weighing down on it. Like teams would pick him up because he's a 3 and D wing. Everyone would love a 3 and D wing that can I wouldn't say shoot lights out, but like he can shoot. He can sometimes create his own shots. Well, lately he hasn't really created his own shots. But I think it would change since now we don't have Doc Rivers running the team.
Yeah, but I definitely think the 76ers are headed in the like right territory. I'm not going to say direction cuz obviously they still got a lot to figure out with James Harden obviously the Tobias Harris contract and what their future is. But I would say with the hire of Nick Nurse, I think they're finally like starting to head that way to the right direction.
Yeah. Don't forget about Patrick Beverly.
Oh yeah, I'm not forgetting about him. But I'm also not forgetting about that PJ Tucker contract that
Oh
y'all
my.
signed him to. Not sure why y'all did that. I mean, really.
Well, his stats doesn't really tell the whole story. He's a really good defender. He can. He's really just like PJ. Not P. I don't know what I was about to say. He's just like PJ Tucker when he is PJ Tucker. But he's just like Tobias Harris. Both of them, their
Yeah.
stats don't tell the full story. Um, they're well, PJ. He wasn't really a good shooter last year, but when he was on like the Bucks, the like any team you could think of before he came to Philadelphia, he was
Yeah.
he would hit his shots every now and then. He will defend your opponent's best player and stuff like that. And yeah, he would just go out there, play some real good defense, get cooked a few plays, and then come back and give you some more good defense.
I feel like one guy who doesn't like get enough playing time on the roster that they just re-signed is Paul Reed. Cause I mean, I've been watching
B-ball
his
Paul.
highlights. He's good, man. He's really good on the defensive end too. I mean,
Yep.
I could see him developing into like a surefire 10 points per game if they actually gave him a chance. Um, I'm not sure why they made that re-signing and then signed Mo Bamba, he's not been good in his entire career. I mean, I feel like that was really a filler signing for them.
Yeah, I think Mo
But I
Bamba
mean,
was more of a filler signer too.
when you really look at it, Mo Bamba's still just 25 years old. I mean,
Yep.
I'm not
He
gonna
hasn't
over here.
moved
I'm
with
not gonna say
growth.
he can turn it around, because I think that ship has sailed. But I think he can still get you a good 7 points per game.
Yeah, but I feel like Mo Bamba was more of like a signing to like just fill out the roster. And Montrezl Harrell uh just recently went down with
Ugh,
injury,
man, that is so tough for him.
and he didn't really play a lot last year. Well, at the beginning of the season he did, but after a while, Doc Rivers moved him more of like into a role to like be the like teach the more younger players like Paul Reed, Joel Embiid, like in the other big men into like you know
Yeah, the sad thing is though, it wasn't too long ago when we saw Montrezl Harrell on the Clippers, and he was averaging near like 20 points a game.
also won six man of the year.
Yeah, won six man of the year on that Clippers team, who basically won it 5 years in a row with Lewis Williams. But it, it it's just sad to see him have another setback like that. I never like to see anybody have injuries, but for a guy
Yeah,
who's like borderline almost out of the NBA, it's just really tough.
yeah.
But anyways, changing the subject here. Obviously we talked about you being a LeBron fan. But we're not gonna go there quite yet. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but I want to just see your thoughts on that Jaylen Brown contract. Um,
Whew.
because personally, I don't think he's near anywhere like near the value of what they're making him out to be.
This 5 year supermax, right?
Yeah, 5 year, $303.7 million supermax.
uh, I wouldn't say he's worth that much, but I do think I see why they gave him the money. Like, and what series was that? I think, yep, against the 76ers. Jason Tatum, he was playing like, I don't even know what to compare him to, but he was playing like trash. Jaylen Brown stepped up and saved them in a few nights. Even in Game
Yeah,
7, Tatum didn't start the game off pretty well, but Jalen, he stepped up, played ball, gave it his all, and that's just how it went.
yeah, and I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying like I personally feel like with the struggles he's recently had in like the major playoff series like versus Miami and in the playoffs versus Golden State, I just feel like giving him and it's honestly not Jaylen Brown's fault for asking for that much money, cuz when you really look at it, that is just the what the NBA has caused recently with introducing that designated maximum contract extension. Cause used to a maximum extension would be like what borderline 150 million, and then
Yep.
Giannis broke the bank, and I forgot who it was last who did it, but I'm not sure. But then it was Jaylen Brown after that with the $303 million extension, and then the rest is history. Uh, it just feels like every single year I feel like it'll eventually work its way up to 500 million. Cause, um, now you got to think about it. What is Nikola Jokic gonna get on his next contract?
Excuse me.
I mean,
Um,
Nikola Jokic is coming off of nearly back-to-back MVPs and a Finals MVP and championship. So I would think he gets near 400 million. Would you say that's about right?
I would say even more, or maybe around 450
More.
million.
Okay, you're pushing it there. I don't think that I'm I'm not sure what the salary cap for the NBA is, but they did reveal a new one and I think that's why it goes up.
Yep.
Cuz viewership is improving every single year obviously, but let me just look real quick. Salary cap. Yeah, it's 165.2924 million. So the I think the reason why teams get like it's a percent of the cap thing. Like I think I don't know how it works and why they get that much money, but I think it's like instead of it being like just targeted towards oh, you're going past the salary cap by 303 million. You're using instead like a percentage of the cap instead. All right, while we're on the topic of the NBA, I just want to ask, obviously we're getting closer and closer to the start of the NBA preseason. What would you say is your dark horse candidate this year for the NBA?
Um, honestly, I have a few. If you're fine with me naming them.
Oh yeah, you got
Um,
it.
okay, so obviously I got the 76ers. I shouldn't really have to explain why I have the 76ers. Um, I got Miami, and they're not really a dark horse, but like they're one of my contenders that I have making it back to the finals. They have
Yeah.
made it to the finals in the two times in the last 5 years because they made it in the bubble, and then they just made it this the season that just ended. Um, I feel like the Lakers might make it this year. Uh,
Yeah, I feel like
if
that's
if
definitely not
LeBron
surprising if they
if
do.
LeBron and Anthony Davis can stay healthy and D'Angelo Russell can hit his shots, they can make it. Um,
for sure.
I wouldn't say they will make it to the finals, but I do think the Wizards can make a playoff push.
The Wizards?
Well, yes, the Wizards. The light skin
That's kind of crazy.
connection
That's a little
with
bit crazy.
the light skin connection from Kyle Kuzma and Jordan Poole. Don't let the light skins fool you. I
I'm
do
surprised
also
you
think
didn't
the
say
Rockets
like
can make the
Oklahoma
playoffs.
City. I'm
Yeah,
surprised you
I
didn't say
also feel like they can
OKC.
make the. That's exactly what I was about
Yeah.
to say next. So yeah, I have the 76ers finally make it past the second round, going to the finals. I also have the Thunder. I feel like they can make a deep playoff push. I don't know about the finals though. Trailblazers. I don't know. I don't know about them. I I see Dame end up not getting traded, and he instead of doing what Harden usually does and put on a bunch of weight and start playing like he doesn't want to be there and acting all like a diva. I feel like
Yeah.
he will actually play. He will notice that the team is improving, and he will stay. Another team I think could make the playoffs is the Hornets.
The Hornets?
Yes, the Hornets.
No. No.
They just got
No.
Brandon Miller. They still have Rozier
Come
and
on.
Melo. I feel
No,
like
bro.
Miller was
What?
just the what they needed to finally make the playoffs.
Ain't no way you just said the Charlotte Hornets, who was borderline, honestly, the worst team in the last like 3 years.
Also, you
And
got to
even
remember, Michael Jordan doesn't have control over the Hornets anymore.
I mean,
He
yeah,
might be
but
a great player, but he's an awful owner.
yeah, but you gotta you gotta look at it. It's gonna take time for that leadership to turn that team around.
Yeah, and that's why they need to bring in more veterans.
I mean, I think their path to success, it's there because obviously, they've got the pieces. They've got the young
Yep.
talent there. I think they gotta fire Steve Clifford. He's not good. I'm sorry. He's not a good head coach. Um, I think they gotta fire him and get like one of these young assistants to like change the way their game is played. Cause I really think they play too much of old style basketball.
Yeah, they're more of like they can really evolve the game, like how the Lakers did it with Magic. They did more of a faster paced basketball. I feel like the Hornets can do a way more faster pace than what we're usually looking at, and maybe throw in a few three balls and stuff like that. Because
Yeah.
Lamelo, to me, Lamelo is the second coming of Magic Johnson. Well, really,
Come
second
on.
coming of Magic Johnson.
That's a bit
Both
much.
tall point guards, really good passers. You could really say LeBron is the second coming of Magic, but LeBron's more of a LeBron. So yeah.
That's a bit much saying that he's the next coming of Magic Johnson.
The only thing I
I
would say
mean,
Lamelo needs to work on is his defense. He's a very
yeah, his
crafty
defense is not
uh,
good.
offensive player. He can, he can, he can.
I
He
remember a
has very
time
good ball vision too.
I remember a time when you said that Lonzo was better than LaMelo.
He still is.
You think so?
Yes, I know
It,
so.
it's very it's very unfortunate for Lonzo though because I don't he can't really continue his career like that anymore.
Yeah,
It's just it's really unfortunate for him because he has the talent to be good, but then the injury comes and it's just like, wow.
Yeah, it's kind of sad, man. He might not even
It
get to continue.
yeah, it is sad, and I I really just don't see him coming back from this.
Oh, what do you think if he cannot continue his career? What do you think he will do now?
Uh, that's a good question. I
I
mean,
feel
he
like
could
he
go play
might
for
become
overtime
a
elite,
he. I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
or he could, I don't know, go
Maybe coach
coach.
for an overtime elite team,
Yeah, he could coach for overtime elite.
or maybe coach a college team or something. I don't know, but I feel like Lonzo has he has very good basketball IQ. He has very good court vision. He's a very good defender, something that Lamelo lacks. Uh,
Yeah,
Recently, before he was hurt, he was in my opinion, a top 10 shooter. And yeah, I feel like he could really contribute to what the Bulls need right now. Because after he got hurt, you if you watch the Bulls, you'll notice that they didn't really have the point guard they needed. And I feel like Lonzo was the guy that they were missing.
yeah, yeah. I agree, and it's just really unfortunate he's out with that injury. Um,
Very.
but moving on from that now, I just want to ask, like, just real quick while we're still on this topic, um, I want to ask you about. Obviously, you probably knew I was gonna bring it up, but Victor Wembanyama,
Oh
versus
my
Scoot
god.
Henderson.
I
I
feel like
know, I know. It's a rough topic, and it's a common topic, but I just want to bring it up because I had to. Which one do you think personally, in the long run, is realistically gonna be the better player?
I feel like Scoot will be the better player. And the reason why is you have Victor Wembanyama. He's very tall, 7'4", I believe, right?
Yeah,
He
7-4.
so yeah, 7'4". He can really do basically do everything on the floor. Let's see what else he could do everything. He can shoot, finish, play defense, sort of. And same for Scoot. He's a very good player all around. But I think Victor Wembanyama is going to deal with a lot of injuries, like all the other tall big men. Well, tall, skinny big man, I would have to say. Because Manute Bol, I don't remember how tall he was, but he was very tall. He didn't really fit well in the NBA because of his injuries, of course. Bobo, he's had a few injuries, and he hasn't really played a lot of game games. So I feel
Yeah,
like he will have a very, very, very long history of injuries. With Scoot, on the other hand, he plays more of a. I don't even know who to compare him to. He's real nice though. I watched a few Ignite games, and I've tried to go to a few games to watch him live too, but I didn't really get a chance to.
um,
But that's one guy you
I
want to keep on your radar.
I definitely agree with that, but I don't agree with the assumption that Victor Wembanyama is automatically gonna deal with all these injuries. Cause when you look at Scoot, I mean, yeah, he is probably less likely to have an injury like that, but with how fast he plays, and not to mention his weight, I think he weighs like 185 right now. He definitely got to get
Oof.
that up. But I
I'll
I
say
feel like
60%
there.
of that is just straight muscle, though.
Yeah, but when you look at like history, I feel like there's just been as many like smaller 6'2" and below guards get hurt from like obviously being like fast and they step on the wrong plate of the court or something happens and they just have terrible like ankle injuries. I mean, we obviously
Yep.
I
We
hate to
got
bring
D
up the past,
Rose.
but D Rose,
Yep.
uh who else can I name off here?
Well, Ja had an injury just like this, but it wasn't as bad because you see he's
Yeah,
still
Ja.
playing pretty well. Those are the only two that
Um
really come to mind.
I'm
I'm pretty
obviously
sure Westbrook
Paul
might have had a
George, but
problem like that too. Yep, Paul
we can't really say
George.
Paul George, but let's see. Who it's obviously Lonzo, but he's taller, but still I just feel like point guards it's really the hardest position to play in the entire NBA cuz
Very most important position too.
it's just so demanding cuz you got to pass well, you got to be able to drive to the rim, you got to be able to shoot threes, you
You
got to
gotta
be
be
able to
able
get
to
down there and
view the
try
court
your hardest on
correctly.
defense. It's just such a demanding position.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on from that, I know it was a really common topic, but I just had to ask. Um, moving on, you knew I was gonna bring it up today. The Lakers, obviously, they had a pretty solid off season, I would say. They got who is it? They re-signed Rui. They re-signed D'Lo. They re-signed Austin Reeves. Who did they sign? I forgot. Let's see. Let's check the roster. They drafted Jalen Hood. I don't know. They signed Gabe Vincent, Cam Reddish, Jackson Hayes, Tarian Prince. Obviously you noted that you think the Lakers are gonna be in the playoffs this year, and I agree.
Yep.
But I just I just want to get your thoughts and see what you think the Lakers' ceiling is this season.
I feel like if they don't make it to the finals, it will be the Western Conference Finals.
Mm. That's not crazy to say, given the fact that I mean they still. I think people
They they
forget
still have a great
that.
roster.
Yeah, they still have Anthony Davis there too, and I mean
Yep.
I feel like Rui's only improving with time.
A healthy Anthony Davis is better than any big in the league. Well, yeah, top
Yeah,
three big in the league. I would say
I
the
completely agree with
better than
that.
Embiid and Jokic though.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think if Anthony Davis can stay healthy, obviously LeBron's. I feel like that only comes with age, so I wouldn't say that he's not gonna get any injuries because he's obviously gonna miss some games, load management. But um, I honestly think this is last year because I
Uh
don't know if you heard, but Bronny
yeah,
he
the Bronny
suffered like a
incident.
heart attack. And like doctors genuinely don't know if he's gonna be back on the court next year. So I think when you look at it, it's not a better year. It's not gonna be a better year ever again for LeBron to retire. He has the roster. Anthony Davis, if he can stay healthy, that's probably a top two center. Um, Yeah, I just feel like this is it for LeBron. This is his last year. He accomplished all that he can accomplish in his career. Obviously, always gonna be a conversation about him being the greatest of all time. I personally think it's really, really close, but I think it's tied almost. Um,
Well,
Obviously, I
I
know what
don't
your
even think
thoughts
I
are
have
on
to answer
that.
that.
Yeah, you don't even have to answer that. I know what you think about that. You've explained it plenty of times, trust me. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I just think this is his last year. I'm not sure what you think of that, but uh, Bryce is obviously years away from going to the NBA. So
I'm pretty
I
sure
do want to
Vice
ask
just
you.
recently committed to a school. I don't know if it was a commit or something.
No,
I
it
I know
wasn't
he.
a school. He transferred from what's it, the the high school he transferred to before, and then he transferred to Notre Dame High School.
Oh, okay.
Not I look, I seen on Twitter so many people were confused about that. People thought, "Oh my God, Bryce James is coming to Notre Dame. Let's go." No, he's going to Notre Dame High School.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because I thought it was also him just committing to,
Yeah,
excuse me, to Notre
I'm
Dame.
gonna I'm gonna ask you if you know this kid. He's had like a lot of hype. You've got to know him. There's no way you don't. Cooper Flag. Do you know him?
I'm pretty sure I know him.
Okay,
I'm
so
not
he's
really
basically this
good with
white
names.
guy. I may be wrong. Yeah, he's white, pure white, like complete. Uh, he's a five-star recruit. He's 6'10". He can shoot. He can dribble.
Yeah, I
He
know
won.
exactly who you're talking about now.
Yeah, he
He's in the
basically could do
2025 draft
everything.
class, right?
And at the yeah, he reclassified to the 2024 class. So
Oh, okay.
um, that's gonna have a huge effect on the 25 class. But just looking wise, I mean, yeah, he looks great, but I mean, we've seen this story before. We've seen it with Amoni Bates. We've seen it with Mikey Williams. You seen how that turned out. Blah blah blah. But
It's a parade up in the city. Yeah.
yeah. Don't you think that's weird though? Like all these shooters, all these players throwing away their careers, and they all are from Memphis.
Well, not really from Memphis, but play or are
Plays
in
for a
Memphis.
Memphis team.
Yeah. I'm not. I
Mikey
don't remember where
Williams,
Mikey's from, but I don't
he's
know what he
facing
was
up
thinking.
to 28 years in prison. Whew. Man, what could have been?
He could have
Because, I
been
mean,
maybe the next D Rose.
yeah. Because, I mean, yeah, college crap, yeah. But he was guaranteed to be a top 10 pick. I mean, guaranteed.
Yeah, he had
No
the
doubt
hype.
about it.
It was just a matter of how good he would play in college. If he would be a top
Yeah.
10 pick or a top five pick.
And it's funny because Amoni Bates did the same thing. He went to Memphis. He screwed up bad. Got away with it, barely. But now he played for some nobody school, and I think he plays for the Cavaliers. They
I'm pretty sure it's
they
the
said he was gonna
Cavaliers.
be the next LeBron, but it's just I don't know.
But yeah,
I
he's on
mean,
a two-way contract with the Cavaliers.
yeah. Um, they really need to level their expectations there, because during the G League, I was hearing like, "Oh my God, Amoni Bates making threes. He made three threes in a game. Where's the passing at?" He's basically a living adaptation of Klay Thompson and the passing of Kobe Bryant combined. Like, he only shoots threes. That's his role. He's the three guy. He never passes the ball, and he's decent at defense.
So he's like a 3-and-D player.
Yeah, pretty much. One guy, Cleveland has actually like a ton of talent on their bench. They just don't use it. One guy, I think you've seen him play in like a G League game. Uh,
Sharif Cooper?
Sharif Cooper. Yes.
Yep. Yeah,
I
I went to one Sharif when he was playing with the Skyhawks. I believe that's the name of the team. I don't remember. I don't really keep up with the
yeah.
G League, but I watch it every now and then.
I really wish that man would get a chance, but you know, NBA scouts don't like players being under 6 foot, and I think
Well, that's just
that's
how the
why they
game
don't give
evolved.
him a. Yeah, I just wish they gave him a chance at least. But man, what could have been? I really wish he didn't go through the draft. I just wish he didn't. So bad.
Yeah. Um, let's see. How do you feel about the Thompson twins? Do you think they will play as good as they were in overtime elite, or you think it was just whatever?
I mean, I think speaking Eamon Thompson first, um, I think he's gonna be decent. I'm not really sure he's in the position to succeed this year, but I think he's got the raw talent to be decent at least. Um, I feel like he's got that crazy height. By the way, he's like what? He's like 6'7" for a point guard. That is wild. Um,
He's a point guard? I
he's
didn't
got
know that.
he's got some really good raw athleticism, and I mean, obviously, Ami Udoka being the head coach at Houston now, I think they're in a better position at developing players than they were years ago with Steven Salas. I mean, who even is that? But um, I think skill set wise, I definitely think Eamon is better than Azor totally because I think Azor like lacks in a lot of like shooting territories. I think he struggles um shooting the three ball sometimes. I'm not really sure what he shot. I think it was like 35, 34%. And it's not horrible. I just feel like it's something he's got to work on. And I think also his dribbling's got to be a concern because um I just feel like he doesn't have the same athleticism as Eamon has. Eamon kind of has that like built-in athleticism, but Azor kind of doesn't have that. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how they both pan out. I'll definitely be watching them, but I think right now I would say decent at least. I think
Yeah.
honestly honestly out of everyone drafted, one of the Rockets probably had the best draft, honestly, out of
That
every
team in
team.
general is a team you want to keep an eye on.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Cause I mean, I don't know if you've seen preseason Rockets, but Jabari Smith, whew, he was playing ridiculous. I think he averaged.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you're good. He averaged like 40 in the 3 games he played. Um, but yeah, you look at their roster. They obviously just drafted Amon and Cam Whitmore, which was an absolute robbery of a prospect there. Uh, they signed Fred Van Vliet. Don't forget that. I don't know why they signed him,
I forgot
honestly.
about that, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you look at their point guard position. What is Kevin Porter Jr. now? Is he just a tradable asset?
Hey, if they want to trade him, he can always come to Philly. I love watching Kevin Porter Jr. play.
Oh, I know you love your Kevin Porter Jr. And don't forget about those times in the older 2Ks where you cooked me with him, bro. Cooked me. I won't ever
Yeah.
forget about that.
I don't know if you know, but Kevin Porter Jr., he has to be like one of my favorite players in the league. I can't really think of like who I would really like take over him, but I would say he's top five favorite
Yeah,
players in the league right now.
he's definitely a favorite. I would definitely say that. Um, but yeah, I completely agree with the Houston Rockets team thing. I feel like they're honestly borderline playoff this year, I think.
Yeah,
I I'm not sure if they quite make it, but I think they're borderline playoff. Borderline, just really close. I feel like OKC is like 3 seed at best, honestly. OKC, I mean, I don't think anybody expected that Jalen Williams kid to be that good.
I don't think
And
so.
I mean, they've got a lot of talent on their just I mean, obviously Josh Giddey. I love Josh Giddey. He's like honestly, he's my favorite player next to like some other fan favorites. But yeah, Josh Giddey, I love him. But I want to ask you this before I'll let you go for now. But how good do you think Chet Holmgren is gonna be in his first year, really like coming on to the mend after the ACL tear? How do you think he'll be?
I'm gonna tell you just like this. I feel like it'll be just like how Ben Simmons had it. He got hurt his rookie year. Ben Simmons also did. So they didn't really count Ben Simmons' actual rookie year as his rookie year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So I think Chet's going to win rookie of the year over Bayama and Scoot.
really.
Yes.
That's definitely a pretty big hot take right there.
Talking about hot takes, do you have any hot takes for this upcoming season?
Let's see. Hot takes. Hot takes. Let's see. I'm gonna throw out something here. I feel like the Suns fall apart and they fall to like a lower like 6 seed, 7 seed this year. Look,
Mm,
I know it sounds crazy. I just don't. We've seen this story before. Uh, it's just really, really tough to say if that team's gonna be good or not. Let's see.
yeah,
What other teams are out there?
I
I
got a hot take for
think.
you.
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Let's just go take for take for a few minutes,
All right.
if that's fine with you.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
My take, I feel like Jaylen Brown is the better player than Jason Tatum. I feel like he's the best player on that Celtics team.
Oh yeah, I
But
completely
since
agree with that.
but since Tatum is the more I don't know how to say it, more I guess he has more face value than Brown.
Yeah.
Is Tatum's team.
All right, I got one here. I think that Utah Jazz team with Laurie Markkinen, I think Laurie Markkinen leads them to a playoff appearance this year.
I'm pretty sure he won't play though because he has to do the his military time for his country.
No, that's only in the off season.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't know that. I thought he will be back
I
like in
think
a few years or
I think
something.
he's actually playing for the Finnish world team right now.
Oh, that's pretty nice for him too. But yeah, I thought he was
But
just gonna have to. I thought us as NBA fans were gonna have to wait for him to come back from the military in order to see him play again. So it was gonna be like something like a retirement where his contract is like froze, and whenever
yeah,
his time is up, he'll come back and he'll still have that contract.
yeah.
Let's see. So you just gave a take. Let's see. Well, this isn't. Well, it is a take, but I do think the Lakers will win it. Win it this all this year.
You think the Lakers will win it all?
Yes, I think the Lakers will win it all, and the Suns will collapse in the second round, or
Yeah.
maybe even the first round.
um, I don't know about the Lakers one, man. I don't know.
They got the roster. It's just will they
But I
play good?
mean, I guess we'll just have to find out. Um, I got
Yeah.
another one here. I think the Cleveland Cavaliers get the 2 seed this year, and Evan Mobley averages. Let's see what he averaged last year. I think he averages 21 points per game next year.
Um, that's not a bad take. They could honestly happen.
I'm really high on Evan Mobley, honestly. I feel like he got underdrafted in that 2021 class.
Yeah, for sure.
You got any more
um,
for me?
yeah. How do you feel about the? Well, yeah. How do you feel about the Denver Nuggets? And I feel like they will. Me personally, I feel like they will make it to the Western Conference Final. And when they make it to the playoffs, and everyone's going to think it's scripted because what did the Nuggets sweep the Lakers this year, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So yeah, they're going to see the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals, and everyone's going to think, oh, so we already know the Lakers are going to win, and the NBA is scripted or whatever. I some you know me. I sometimes think the NBA is scripted, sometimes I don't, because all the
yeah.
stupid shenanigans that go on, and they're
Yeah,
gonna
stupid
think it's a part of
shenanigans,
a. They're gonna think it's a part of a LeBron documentary or whatever, and
bro.
the hey, you never know how it is
I remember that
nowadays.
last year that um a rumor came out that they were filming like kind of a last dance thing for LeBron.
Yeah, that's why I said, if the Lakers lose, don't be surprised if they play the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals next year.
No doubt, that is super suspicious, but I mean,
Yeah.
we'll see. I forgot what I was gonna say. What player was it? Ah, frick.
Who do you
I
think
had
is
a
going to
good
win
one.
MVP this year?
MVP. Uh, Obviously Giannis is gonna be up there always.
Yeah.
Um, Kevin Durant probably
Don't
up
forget
there.
Jokic and Embiid.
I think I think it's probably not too far fetched to say Luca, cause I think
Luca,
he's about due for
have you
one.
seen him lately? He's got skinnier.
Yeah, I
He's
think
been
he's due for one. Honestly,
yeah.
we we've had Embiid, we've had Jokic. It's time for Luca, man. It's
Yeah.
his time. He nearly had it like these last couple of years, honestly. I mean, he honestly could have had it last year. He averaged 30. I'm just looking at the numbers here. 32.4, 8.6 and 8. He could have had it.
Yeah. Really,
But
anyone could have had it last year.
yeah, last year was just open. But
Let's see.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't I think definitely Luca. What do you think?
I feel like if it's not Luca, and if it's not Luca, Giannis, Jokic, and Bede, the like basically usual four, I feel like it would honestly be someone we've already seen have like the game to get the MVP, but haven't got the MVP trophy yet. So
Yeah.
if Dame somehow, like the scenario I said earlier about the Trailblazers, if Dame somehow sees the team is improving and they actually play good and make a playoff push, I feel like he can end up winning the MVP trophy.
Yeah, I mean, that's honestly not too crazy of like a take there cuz I mean, when you look at it, he didn't play many games that he played like 58 games last year. He averaged 32.2 game points per game. So, he's not declining. So, that's definitely like pretty understandable given the fact that he nearly won the scoring title just a couple years ago.
Yeah. And when I seen him play live, oh my God. He's like such a great player. He's like so just different, bro.
Yeah, he is different. He really is. I think what do you think about Zion? Cuz
Oh my God.
it's just so weird of a situation.
I feel like Zion has honestly gave up on playing basketball and now he's just trying to live his dreams of becoming a pimp.
Bro,
Because he's in the this off season. He hasn't been in the news about anything related to basketball. It's been
yeah.
either
He
announcing his girlfriend or whatever is pregnant, or I don't know if I can say it, but
I wouldn't if I were you. Don't.
yeah, I'm not going to say
But
it.
we know the shenanigans that Zion
Yeah,
Williamson was up to this season. It was pretty interesting to say the least. Um, but yeah, I completely agree with you because Zion has barely played a single game in what 3 years of play for New Orleans. When he has played, he's great.
I
But
thought did he not play last season?
what is this person saying in the chat? Do you guys want to come over tonight to the mannequin party? We have 16 mannequins of all different colors. It's a melting pot of mannequins. They are rigged up to slap you too. Mannequin slaps for everyone.
Kind of
Mike,
weird.
I'm not sure about that, buddy.
But yeah, Zion he did play last season, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, when he was playing last season, the Pelicans were like one of the top seeds. Pretty sure they were the one seed.
Yeah, they were for a while there. And then Zion
He got
went
hurt.
out and then
Yep.
he kind of just disappeared after that. Um We will also be playing Leapfrog wearing nothing but
Yeah.
swim goggles and tube socks. Uh,
Um.
okay.
Okay. That's
That's the
kind of
most
weird, bro. I
random.
don't even know what to say to that.
I don't know what this dude's saying. Um, this podcast would be better if you spoon fed each other mayonnaise.
Now that's funny. But
I
back
don't
on
know
the
what you're
topic
saying,
of
my
Zion,
man.
I feel like Zion has the skill set to become the best player of the league, or well, and the face of the NBA. but he cannot stay healthy. Once he
Yeah,
can like find
I
that
completely agree with
spot
that.
to be healthy, I feel like he can be the best of the best and maybe end up in the GOAT conversation.
Yeah, I completely agree with that because Zion obviously has the athleticism. He just needs to stay healthy. He's honestly like,
Yeah.
he honestly reminds me a lot of DeMarcus Cousins.
Well, DeMarcus Cousins wasn't really injury prone until after that injury he had with the Pelicans.
Yeah. But the Pelicans, right? It's always the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Um, another guy, another guy I want to note here for like the MVP stuff. I think Anthony Edwards in the future is like up there on my list
Oh
for a
yeah.
future MVP.
Anthony Edwards is also should be up there all the time.
I mean, really, uh, if it weren't for Carl Anthony Towns, Anthony Edwards would probably be averaging 30 right about now.
Yeah.
I
Uh
don't think we're far away from him averaging 30, honestly.
do you think the Timberwolves will maybe move on from Carl Anthony Towns soon?
Okay, I'll tell you this. I don't think it's gonna be this season, but it's gotta be soon. Cause I mean, come on. I've never seen a team that's been stuck in a rebuild and trying to
Oh my.
contend as bad as the Timberwolves have been.
Yeah,
Cause
like they have they
oh
they
man.
obviously have the player they need to build around. Anthony Edwards, obviously. They
Yeah.
should have built around Cat years ago. They didn't do it correctly. Now they have Anthony Edwards, Carl Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert.
God.
Not really. Well, with Gobert, it's not really a good fit next to Cat as what I thought it would be. But at the same time, I don't know what they were thinking to trade for Rudy Gobert.
That was arguably one of the worst trades in NBA history.
Yeah,
Like, I mean,
I,
oh my lord.
I understand that Cat isn't a good defender, but like you go pick up Rudy Gobert, yeah, he's what you guys are lacking out of Cat, but Cat is stripped the opposite of what Rudy Gobert is. So now you have Rudy Gobert and Carl Anthony Towns just mashing together and it's not working correctly. It's like they
Yeah.
put the puzzle pieces together, but the puzzle isn't like correct.
Yeah. I agree on that, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think it's not going to be a while before they should just honestly
Pull the
not really
cord
blow it
on
up,
Cat.
but move on from Cat, get rid of Rudy, and just change it. Change it all. But I definitely agree with that. Let's see. I forgot what team I was gonna mention here before get off of this, but let's see. I feel like the Atlanta Hawks are kind of doing the same thing as that too. Like they're on their way to doing the same thing as that. Cause
Yep.
look
Murray,
at it. It's
Young,
kind of the same situation.
they're the
Um,
opposite type of players. And now that they
yeah.
have uh Dejounte Murray, I'm pretty sure last year it was rumors flying around that they were trying to trade Trey Young, but honestly, Trey Young and I can't think of his name, but I don't know. It's just him and the other guy that I can't think of his name. I don't
Onyeka
know.
Okongwu?
Oh, John Collins. There we go. That's his name. He's
John
no longer
Collins.
on
He's
the
gone.
Hawks, but yeah, he's no longer on the Hawks. But he was him, Trey Young, and just the team in general was one of the reasons why I don't root for the Hawks, even though I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah,
The
I
team
completely
is
understand that.
trash, and like just Trey Young is just not the guy you want to say, "Oh, that's my point guard" or whatever. He's a diva. He's he's I don't know if he's a bad guy off the court. I don't really keep up with him, and he's just not the guy you want to build a team around. I would say he was like somewhat like how Harden is now, but not as how Harden is. He does complain
Yeah,
a lot about how, oh, I'm not getting the ball, so I'm just gonna whine and stuff like that. I know the Hawks had a problem last year that coming off his injury, he didn't want to come off the bench, and I don't know if it was the head coach or anything, but he said he was going to come off the bench. And then Trey Young came back and said, if I'm not starting, I might as well not play at all or whatever. And
yeah,
yeah,
I agree. All right,
he just
well,
doesn't have the right
it was good
character.
having you on here. Um, I think I'm gonna move on from NBA talk for now, and I got another guy coming on here soon, so um,
Okay.
thank you for coming on, obviously. And
Thank you
I
for
will
having
definitely
me
have
on.
you on again another time.
Yeah, this was pretty fun. You want me to like just what? You want me to like just push the button and go?
Give it up, give it up. Yeah,
Well,
I'll just remove you from the guest list. But thank you for hopping on, and I'll see you next time.
yeah. I
Shout out
whenever you
to
want me to hop back
KD.
on, whenever you want me to hop on, I'll be waiting because this is honestly a pretty nice way to, just talk basketball and just,
Yeah, next time we'll talk about some different things, but again, thank you for hopping on, and I'll see you next time, man.
see you.
All right, see you. All right, everyone. That was KD. He's a good friend of mine. Just I want you all to go give him a massive shout out in the comments. I'll put his stuff in the link. But yeah, just thanking him for coming on and giving me a chance to interview him. Uh, all right, boys. We have about nearly an hour, so we are gonna grab another guy on here. A good Twitter space warrior, as I call him. Mr. Ace. A lot of people from Twitter know him. I'm actually streaming this on Twitter as well, so um, we're gonna have him on, and we're gonna talk some college football. I'm gonna interview him, and then that will lead us directly into the Flory Biduga commitment. So we're about to have him on here, and it's gonna be great. This has been a hell of a stream already, and I wanna just thank you guys for giving me the chance to just giving me the chance. Obviously, uh, welcome in, bro.
What's up, man? How's it going?
It's going good. I just had another guest on here, and but I'm so glad you joined, and I'm really happy to have you. Shout out to Ace. what I call him is a Twitter space warrior. Um, Ace, you've obviously grown your stuff pretty well up. Um, you basically came from the ground nothing, from from the ground up, and I just really I really look up to that because just looking in the past, you really weren't that big, and now you got guys like Jake Crane obviously coming on. You got all these Auburn heavy recruiters, and it's just really cool to look at that and just see how much you've grown.
Oh well, I appreciate it, man. It's not it's not all me. I have a great supporting cast that helps me. I have with Jay Lee, one of my homeboys knew him personally in one of my Auburn chats. Me and Jake Crane, we're good at friends, and he supports me 24/7. So he always said if I need anything, just hit him up. So it's just like you said, I haven't been in this thing long. Like I legit started with this Twitter stuff like a month ago, and like in a
Yeah,
month, I've people tell me I've grown pretty quickly. I don't really look at that. I just look at trying to like support the fans and all that, trying to get them the information that they need. But like, yeah, it is kind of crazy. It's been a crazy month, but yeah, it's been
yeah,
fun.
it's just crazy to see all that. I always appreciate your spaces, and obviously I don't really have like much insider information, so I kind of replaced that with your Twitter spaces, getting all that information, inside information there.
Yes, sir. I mean, that's what's all it's about. All my spaces are about is trying to feed information to the fans that they can't usually get from anybody else. So I invite people like Phillips Duke on. I invite people like Jake Crane on, which he is just a library full of sports information.
Oh yeah, he
Uh,
is, man.
yeah, Jay Lee, Cole Pinkston. I'm going to be having Duke on again Tuesday, and I got a national host coming on that I can't really say his name, but he'll be joining me soon as well.
Ooh,
So yes, a national sports host.
national.
Yeah, he's on TV quite a bit, but yeah, like it's just all about man. It's just all about networking and reaching out and just exploring new options.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Um, now that we got you introduced and everything, I just want to ask you. So obviously we've got Flory Biduga. I'm not sure how to spell his name there at the end. We got him committing uh around 8 p.m. and I'm gonna cover it obviously, but I want to get your thoughts on that and how good of a chance do we really have at this guy?
If I'm being totally honest with you, bro, I think we have a 90% chance. Like, there's always that
Wow.
little optimism in my back of my mind, but through all my sources and everything I'm hearing from everybody I know, he's leaning towards Auburn. Duke fans have him Cristobal to Auburn. Kansas fans have him Cristobal to Auburn. So it's gonna be a nice pickup for Bruce Pearl and the Auburn Tigers, man. Yeah, the number one center in the class. So it's a great day for all.
Yeah. We and not to mention we already got Pettiford there at point guard. That's gonna be a crazy duo.
Oh, it's definitely the pick and roll game is gonna be nice, especially the way Bruce
Oh
Pearl is
yeah.
running a five
We
out now.
we haven't had that pick and roll game really since Austin Wiley, I think it was, back in that 2020, 2019-ish
Yeah,
team. That and Macklemore.
yeah,
But it's gonna be sick
it's definitely
having
gonna be
Flory
thick,
on.
and especially how Bruce Pearl is running like a five out offense type of year. So these two pickups are gonna be have a tremendous impact on the offensive game at Auburn.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how that five out's gonna do because obviously Joni Broom, he's not really like a major 3-point shooter, so I hope he puts in the work in this offseason on that 3-point shot because he's gonna be having a lot of chances to shoot the ball.
Yes, sir. I mean, he's not consistent, but he is a threat, especially out on the corner. He can knock him down if he has to. But yeah, I mean, he's just gonna have to, just focus more on shooting threes during the offseason, getting that 3-pointer right. He's already dominant in the paint, so if he can just knock down like three threes a game or two threes a game, I feel like we'll be in good hands.
Yeah, I agree. Staying on the topic of recruiting news, obviously we just pulled TJ Lensley. That was a really good pickup. I really like him. I've seen his high school highlights a little bit. He's definitely a baller. Who do you think? Obviously, with the Kamarion Franklin commitment coming up, uh, I, I'm not sure. I think it's. I was in a Tennessee space the other day. They were talking a lot of crap and saying it wasn't like a guaranteed chance Auburn was gonna get him. I personally don't agree because I've heard a lot of things. What do you think about that? Do you think Kamarion Franklin's like what chance would you say he's gonna come to Auburn here?
Oh, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Just for the simple fact. So first, my fault. Excuse me. So first, Cole Pinkston just crystal balled him to Auburn. Second
Oh,
off,
really?
yeah. So he was crystal balled there by Cole, and I feel like all my sources are pointing towards he loves the D line coach at Auburn. They connect extremely well. He just loves the set. He loves everything about Auburn. Once that situation happened with Miami and their NIL deal, like we were his choice because if you remember correctly, he didn't come to Big Cat Weekend because he was going to Miami. But then when the NIL situation came out, then he came. He was back at Big Cat Weekend. Well, he didn't go to Big Cat Weekend, but he was there after Big Cat Weekend, like the day
Yeah.
after, and he brought his 2025 teammate, who's also a big Auburn target in the class of 2025. So, yeah, I feel like we have a good chance. If I had to choose, it would be 8 out of 10 confidence. I feel like he will be a part of the Auburn 2024 class. Him and DeAndre Carter as well.
Oh yeah. Those will nonetheless like they'll fill up our 24 class really really well. Obviously one guy I feel like we need to like flip is Cam Coleman, and I know like a couple of Auburn insiders have him flipping later. Um, Obviously with the NIL stuff, Texas A&M going on, I'm not sure what's going on with that,
Yeah.
but I really feel good about our chances at having like a top six class.
Yeah. Top six. You talking about for this year, correct?
Y- for this upcoming year, 2024.
Oh, okay. So 2024. Um, like I said, I can see. See, I'm not very high on that. I would say like I could say we end up around like the 8 and 7 range, but just because like the way Hugh Freeze didn't have a whole bunch of time, 2025 class. Oh yeah, I definitely can see a top 5 class just because of the recruits we're bringing in. But when it comes to that, with the Cam Coleman situation, you just have to. I have him flipping later on too as well. Jeffrey Lee still has him in his mock class. It's just depending on what type of season the Auburn Tigers can produce this year, coming from the show of concept type of thing. To where if we go 8 and 4, if we go 9 and 3, we may have a great chance of getting Cam Coleman. We just have to show the proof of concept. Also, it also depends on what Texas A&M has. If Texas A&M has a great season, he may stay. If Texas A&M has a mid season, which I kind of think they're gonna have, then he may leave. It's a bunch of factors that go into it. But I still have Cam Franklin. I mean, not Cam Franklin. Cam Coleman staying in the class. But at the same time, I think we lost KJ Bolden. KJ Bolden's definitely staying at FSU. There's no
Oh
flipping that.
yeah. Uh,
So yeah.
I was watching his commitment. It just seemed like that was just his main choice. I mean, obviously, we kind of came into the party a little late with him. Obviously, with Hugh Freeze not really having much time there, but it is kind of crazy how much like leeway we made up in that short of time. So I'm definitely excited for the future there.
Yeah, like Yeah, like you said, we came in late. We weren't even in his top 15. So just for us to sneak back into his top five, I mean, it just shows how much of a recruiter Hugh Freeze is. It shows how much he's willing to get in there and get dirty and get the recruits he wants. Because right, we wasn't even considered in his top 15. So for Hugh Freeze to bring that out of his back pocket and have him, it just shows that this class of 2025, he's gonna get a head start on recruiting, could be dangerous.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Um, Talking about the actual like this year's roster for Auburn, uh, I honestly think our defense is probably like our strongest core. Um, Cornerbacks mainly with obviously DJ James coming back, Nehemiah Pritchett. But I just want to see what you think about that. Like, what do you think is our strongest point on our team?
Our strongest point, you know, our strongest point is always going to be our running back room. We always have a deep running back room. It's just something we have, especially our running back and our DB rooms. But from a strong aspect, the running back room strong, DB room strong. I feel like our linebacker room's gotten stronger. Offensive line has gotten tremendous. They actually look like an SEC line now, so I really love that. Um, and I want to say the dark horse, but it's kind of like a low key thing. The wide receiver room has gotten tremendously strong. We haven't seen a wide receiver room like this in 6 to 8 years. So
Oh yeah, we really haven't honestly.
yeah, it's been
I
a
mean,
crazy time.
just looking back, I mean, last year specifically, we didn't even have a guy eclipse 500 yards. So
Mm-mm.
to see how far we've come and like actually getting depth at that position, it just it's really good to just see that for Auburn to like actually have wide receivers now cuz Auburn's really like you said, we've always had great like running backs. Obviously Bo Jackson, Carnell Williams, on Johnson, uh we I think we had a streak where it was like from the 2000s to like 2017 or 18, like streaks of 1,000 yard rushers. So I definitely think that uh continues with Jarquez here. I'm not sure what his eligibility crap's gonna be this year, but um I feel like if he plays, he's gonna be honestly top. I don't want to be too crazy here. Top 10 probably, I would say, NCAA in rushing.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that. But to the jar quiz, I feel like if he does get suspension, it's gonna be a 1 game. That's all I'm hearing. And it's probably gonna be a 1 game suspension, if that. But I could definitely see Jarquez being a top 10 running back in the college football. Especially in the SEC, he was ranked kind of low in the SEC running backs. But besides him, you got Quishad Judkins from Ole Miss. You got Rocket Sanders from Arkansas. But other
Yeah.
than that, I feel like he either has that. He's definitely top three in the SEC when it comes to running the football. Um, but yeah, I agree with you completely. But like you said, it all just depends on his little situation he has going on. But I feel fairly fine that he'll either play the first game or he'll just sit out that first game. One of the two is gonna happen, but it's not gonna be a long suspension.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Um, Going back to our defensive side, who do you think is going to be like the most like impactful player on our defensive side? Because honestly, I'm really liking what I've heard from Kendrick Falk so far.
I mean, yeah, Kendra Fault, he's a freshman. He has the ability to be a all SEC type of freshman. I've been hearing a lot of great things on him. He's gonna hit the field and he's gonna make a big impact early. But the person that I could see leading this defense was is probably, I want to say, I'm gonna have to go with DJ James just because DJ James, he's probably top three, probably one of the best cornerbacks in college football, and he's got the maturity on the team. him and Elijah McAllister, just because Elijah is that leadership role on that defense, but you also
Yeah.
there's a lot of people on this team. I really don't like Nehemiah Pritchett starting, but we'll see. I've never been high on Nehemiah Pritchett, but we're definitely gonna see. Also, I can it's a bunch of leaders on this team, man, that I can see leading this defense. But the defensive line is where I do feel like we're kind of small at, that we're gonna have to grow. But with Keldrick Fault getting accustomed to it, I feel like we'll be fine. But I can see my pick would be DJ James just because he's a leader
Yeah,
out
I
there.
completely
Probably one
agree
of
with
the
all the stuff you said about there, including the fact that we're really like deeper than ever on the defensive end. I feel like there's a few guys. We still have Wesley Steiner, who I mean, I'm not too high on, but I feel like he can still be pretty solid. I'm not. I think he was like a 4-star recruit in like a couple classes ago. Um, but yeah, we still got him. Um, our linebacker position, I'm really, really, really excited to see them. Cam Riley, obviously, Austin Keys. But yeah, you're definitely right. We have like a lot of talent on our roster this season.
Yeah, I could definitely. Austin Keys is somebody I forgot, but I wouldn't put Austin in that leadership role like I would Elijah, just because Elijah has a lot of maturity on the team. Austin, I feel like he's gonna be a big impact. He's gonna be the header. He's gonna be the mouth of that defense. He's gonna be the. I feel like he can be like the captain out there, just because I mean he is playing the linebacker. He is gonna be at the linebacker position. So I mean he's really gonna have to make a lot of reads. He's gonna have to drop back in coverage. He's gonna have to hit the gaps, the edge. Austin Keys is gonna have to do a lot for this defense, but with his tackling ability we've seen from film, we feel like he's gonna be an amazing contributor to this Auburn defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I feel like every single year it's a big question on whether our O line can hold up. Um, Personally, I think we'll be okay. I don't think we'll be too crazy, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on our O line group this season. Hello? You still there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, I heard everything you said.
All right.
I feel like the O line group, they'll be I feel like they'll be the best they've been in the last 3 years. We've struggled from the O line group perspective for a while now. We haven't been able to recruit them. We haven't been able to bring them in from the transfer portal. So I feel like now, like I was pointing to earlier, our O line actually looks like a SEC line, and I'm very excited to see what they're gonna do this year, because I don't want to see my quarterback having to escape the pocket every single play, and I want to see my running back actually have holes to run through instead of him having to bounce it out to the outside to try to make a play for himself. And I
Yeah.
just feel like with all the key pieces we picked up in the transfer portal, and with our O line coach, which he's amazing by the way, to pick up from Ole Miss. I feel like we have a very strong chance of having one of the top rushing offenses in the SEC, just based upon the fact with Hugh Freeze's offense, and plus Ole Miss. Let's not forget they had one of the top rushing offenses in the SEC in college football last year. So us taking that O line
Yeah.
coach with Jake Thornton, it's just I feel like we have a great chance of becoming one of the top rushing offenses in the league as well.
Yeah. I completely agree with that. I think it was actually Quinshon Judkins who had like 1,500 something yards, but he was crazy. So I completely agree. Thornton is going to be a force in recruiting. And we've already kind of seen that with, obviously the pickups of multiple transfer guys. Yeah, but I definitely agree with what you're saying there. I feel like Auburn has really just not had a great O line in quite a while. I'm not even sure really when the last time I saw that we weren't getting sacked like a lot, because I know it wasn't around the Bo Nix era.
Yeah, like I said, it's just it's tough, man. We haven't had a great offense since Bo, and the offense was Bo Nix was just it was all right. Bo was amazing. Let's not forget with the O line Bo had. Bo did everything in his power for this offense, and I mean it still can't get done. So we've been struggling for that long, but like I said, Jay Thorne is bringing in the transfer portal guys. He's bringing in recruits that we almost just had. What we almost had Casey Poe, the number one
Yep.
outside O lineman in the nation, and then we're about to bring in DeAndre Carter into this class, which is the number one inside O lineman in this class. So we've had a crack at two of those guys, and we left a great impression on Casey Poe. But I mean, he did go to our rivals, Bama. But at the same time,
Yeah.
we are about to drag in DeAndre Carter, and what my sources are telling me, we're just waiting on him to commit at this point. It's not the fact who he's committing to. We know he's committing to us. It's just the fact when he's committing is the thing.
Yeah, and I feel like that was with like TJ Lindsley and stuff too. It's just like a matter of time for those guys.
Yeah.
Uh, it it's just crazy because used to we didn't think think like that because we couldn't really out recruit people that badly that we're just like, oh well, it's just a matter of time until we get them.
Yes, sir. It's crazy to think about how one football hire, one coach hire can change a whole program. So it's amazing. We're in an amazing time right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, obviously don't want to take up too much of your time here, but before anything else, I want to ask you, what do you think is our ceiling this year?
That's a great question. See me, I want to say where our ceiling this year. Me personally, I want to go 9-3, maybe 9-3, 10-2. That's our ceiling. The floor though, the floor I could see us going. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna say our floor is probably, if everything goes wrong, 7-5. If everything goes right, 9-3.
Yeah,
Anything in
I
between there is about
I definitely agree with that. I think in my early season predictions, I had them at I think losses to LSU, Georgia, and Alabama. So around like 9 wins, like you said, with a bowl game appearance and a possible 10th. Um, but we definitely have a decently difficult schedule. We got to play at Texas A&M, at LSU, um, and then obviously always Georgia and Alabama are going to be really difficult, especially Georgia. I want to be confident, but I just don't see a way we're beating Georgia this year either.
See, that's where me and you differ. Cause I feel like if there's any year for us to beat Georgia, it's this year. Based upon the fact. So first off, we have three easy games. Three dubs it should be starting off the year. So we should start the year 3-0. Then we go to Texas A&M. Depending on the momentum, if we beat Texas A&M, I can see us beating Georgia. Just because going off momentum, we have Georgia coming in week 5, the Jordan Hare Stadium. The stadium's gonna be rocking. Auburn's 4-0, hasn't been that way in a hot minute. And Georgia has a new quarterback. Georgia has a quarterback that hasn't experienced. This is gonna be the Georgia quarterback's first like big road game in a big hostile environment like Jordan Hare Stadium. And there's no place like Jordan Hare Stadium when it's rocking. So I feel like if we start off 3-0, we go in, we go to Texas A&M, we beat Texas A&M on the road 4-0. A new quarterback for Georgia, his first start in Jordan Hare Stadium. I like my chance there. I know a lot of people gonna say it's Georgia still, but last year when we didn't have any of this, we stuck around with Georgia until the third quarter. Then they blew us out the water, and they also had Stetson
Yeah,
Bennett and a whole bunch of whole, amazing defensive team. So I mean, I can see it this year. They have a new pieces just like we have new pieces. They have better talent, but with Hugh Freeze play calling, I I want to give us a fighting chance. I got us, like I said, if we start off 4-0 and beat Texas A&M, I got us beating Georgia. But if we don't beat Texas
Mm,
A&M, it still may it. I got it as a toss up. I'll put it like that. I do see us beating Alabama. I do see us being Ole Miss. I got us losing to LSU. Um, LSU's the only one that I guarantee don't feel great about, but
yeah,
everybody else
at Death
is just a
Valley,
toss
that's
up.
gonna be at Death Valley with
And it's gonna be a night game, so I don't feel
I would
comfortable.
say Heisman caliber Jalen Daniels.
Yeah.
That's gonna be really really tough to pull off. Um, but yeah, I definitely see where you're coming to the conclusion that I would I, if we went at Kyle Field, I think yeah, definitely we have a shot to beat Georgia. It's just really tough because they still got that tight end. I forgot what his name is, but he's like Brock Bowers. Sorry, there
Yeah,
we
yeah,
go.
yeah. Brock.
Um, I feel like defensively wise, I'm just wondering how we're gonna match up to a team like Georgia, because obviously they're kind of like a TBA product right now. We don't really know, because I don't think we really know who Georgia's starting quarterback is gonna be yet, unless it's like most definitely Carson Beck. So it's
I've
just
been hearing this Carson. I've been hearing this
yeah,
Carson.
but
So
it's just it's just kind of a game we're just gonna have to wait and see, kind of.
plus we don't know, injuries are a big part of college football. So we don't know who Georgia's gonna have going in. We don't know who we're gonna have going in. So my opinions may change as the season progresses, but right now, if everyone's decently healthy, and I feel like we can get them. But like you said, they do have a lot of amazing talent over there at Georgia. But just the fact a quarterback plays a huge role in a football game, and that's just something I don't think Carson Beck has right now. Of course, they have Brock Bowers, they have McConkey, a wide receiver. They added Ra Thomas, and those are great assets. Don't get me wrong, Brock Bowers is a first round draft pick, if not high second. So I feel like it's gonna be a dogfight for sure. Georgia's O line definitely is just a whole bunch of just buffalo. Like they'll just move you, they'll get you. So I mean, and with our D line's kind of small, But I mean, this is gonna be a dogfight. It's gonna be a dogfight, but we're gonna really just have to see what happens out there.
Yeah. You don't even know how bad I want us to beat Georgia, because it's been a minute. We didn't beat them in the last 5, 6 years. I think the last time we beat them was in 2017 in
Yes.
that miracle team with
Hmm.
Jared Stidham as our quarterback.
Yep.
Really wish we would have won the championship, or the SEC championship, I mean, that
Yeah.
year, but Kerryon Johnson was out. Man.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I definitely could see that happening. It's just like these last few years, it's kind of like we've had a built-in fear of like Georgia, especially during the Harsin era. I had like nearly zero confidence we were gonna beat uh, Alabama or Georgia. But I mean, we took Alabama to triple overtime, which I still don't know how to this day we pulled that off with a hurt TJ Finley.
Hmm. We took
But
Alabama to overtime, and then we lost to LSU. We had a 17-point lead on LSU last year, blew it, and our team was horrible. And then on top of that, we
yeah,
took Georgia to all the way to the third quarter before we actually started just losing it out there. Like a lot, it was the season last year. It was a massive L, but people must not forget that we were actually decent in most of those games. We just lost it in the second half. So I'm pretty interested to see how Hugh Freeze manages the rest of these games, especially going into the second half.
yeah, and there's always gonna be those flip games on our schedule. Like, it's always gonna be like LSU. That's always gonna be one that's like kind of iffy. Uh, but I think the SEC is honestly the hardest. It's okay. I don't know what happened there, but He got kicked out probably due to lag, so I'm not sure if he's coming back, but let's see. Oh, welcome back. There we go. I was just about to check on that. I'm assuming you lagged out.
Yeah, I lagged out. I don't know what just happened. I looked over it and it was just out of there.
It's cool. It's cool. Um, I obviously know how you feel about at least some of the quarterback. I personally don't think it's completely locked down that Peyton Thorne should be quarterback one, but he's got the experience. But I just want to know what you think about like the whole quarterback situation with Auburn right now.
This is a topic that not too many Auburn fans love me for. I love Robbie. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I want Robbie to be the quarterback, but I have to also look on another note that they didn't bring Peyton Thorne in not to play. So I feel like it's going to be to the point to where Peyton Thorne is going to start. But if Peyton Thorne doesn't do the things that he needs to do and shows up to the SEC and doesn't ball out the way they think he's going to ball, then I do feel like they are going to make quarterback changes because I feel like all of these quarterbacks have proved what they can do. Obviously, Robbie's going to get playing time. We all know this. They have special packages for Robbie. Hugh
Yeah,
Freeze said this. Everybody in the office said this. So Robbie's going to see the field. The question is, if Peyton Thorne doesn't live up to what he's supposed to live up to, then who's going to be the solidified starter quarterback? Is it going to be Robbie Ashford, which I feel like with his running ability and, it can open up the running game for people like Jarquez Hunter, Damari Austin, and things of that nature. So, I mean, and then we also have our other quarterback, Holden Garner. Holden Garner is amazing, can let the ball go, but I don't feel like he's going to be much of a I don't think he's going to fit the system as much as Peyton Thorne and Robbie Ashford, just based off the
yeah,
simple fact that Holden Garner doesn't run as much. He's not considered a mobile quarterback. He's a great passer, a great thrower, but with the offense we have, if we're going to go in there and give teams hell, we have to have a mobile quarterback. Every quarterback in college football right now, if you're not mobile, it's kind of hard for you to win games just because you have to have that mentality where you have to think on the run. You have to be able to tuck it and run and take it to the house. Like, there's multiple things that you have to be as a quarterback in the college football league. So it's just, I don't feel I'm not too high on Holden just because, like, he is a traditional passer. Don't get me wrong, but if you want stuff to happen, if you want things to happen in that running game, you have to have a somewhat threat at the quarterback position to run. And that's why we saw so much that's why we saw so much success in our running game because we did have Robbie Ashford. The season was an L, but if you look at what Robbie Ashford brought to the table, he opened up the running game for Jarquez. He opened up the running game for Tank. He made it easier
yeah,
on them because the defense has to guess who's going to get it. Is it going to be the running back or is it going to be the quarterback? You have to choose. Whereas with Holden Garner, they don't think he's going to run as much. So, okay, if it's a handoff, it's probably not going to be a read option, and Holden's not going to take off up the sideline. So I like to look at it from that point. I just feel like when this offense, it'll probably be Robbie or Peyton, mostly Peyton, but like I said, Holden has a great arm, but I mean, I can't wait to see. I trust in Hugh and can't wait to see what he has to do with this offense.
yeah. And I know you said it's kind of like a soft topic between Auburn fans, but honestly, I honestly want Robbie Ashford to start really badly too. I just want him to be good because you're right. I mean, throughout all the bad last season, Robbie Ashford did show flashes of his potential, and I think you're absolutely right about him having the talent to start, and it's just a matter of if he can connect on those short passes because we all obviously seen in that Alabama game there, he's got it as strong as an arm as probably any of our quarterbacks out there. But yeah, they obviously didn't bring in Peyton Thorne to just sit on the bench. So I think you're right. I think it's going to be really, really close. And I think with Holden, I think he's more of a developmental guy, but I'm definitely excited to see the way it pans out.
Yeah, most definitely, man. We just gotta wait and see. I mean, Hugh has a thing for developing quarterbacks, but we all just gotta wait and see. That's all I can say. I'm excited. Everybody in Auburn, I mean, the Auburn fan base is excited. So yeah, we just gonna have to wait and see. But um, I feel strongly about Payne Thorne starting. Will he make it through the whole year? I don't know. Will he go into the draft? I don't know. So it's just gonna have to be things because I feel like if Peyton does have an amazing season and he does go into the draft, that leads me to believe, okay, who's gonna be the starting quarterback next year? You have Walker White coming in, 2024 kid from Arkansas, Little Rock,
Yeah.
Arkansas, and then you're gonna have Hank Brown still. He's gonna stay because he loves Hugh Freeze. So who's going to transfer out? Is it going to be Holden Garner? Is it going to be Robbie Ashford? That all depends on this season. So we're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah, for sure. I completely agree with everything you said there, and it's definitely a wait and see thing. And I I feel like there's more excitement in Auburn that I've ever seen in like the years I've watched. It's just really exciting to see everything just turn around and start actually finally going our direction.
Yes, sir. It's a beautiful sight to see. It's a beautiful sight in Opelika. We love to see it.
Yep. Um. All right, man. I appreciate you coming on. I'll let you go for now, but I just want to shout you out one more time. Uh,
Appreciate it,
I
bro.
definitely enjoy hopping in your Twitter spaces and stuff, and I will see you again very, very soon. I will say that.
Yes, sir. Like I said, I grew from I grew from the bottom in like a month, so I know how it is starting up, man. So if you ever need anything, just let me know. I like I said, Jake took me under his wing, and he's been helping me, and I'm always down to help people out. Just let me know whenever you want me on here, and I'll try my best to do it. But yeah, I'm never gonna turn you down. It's just a if and when type of thing. So
Yeah,
I'm never
I
gonna turn you
got you.
down. So whenever you want me on here, just let me know. I gotta go. I gotta go get on the phone with Jake right now. But he's about to call me in a few minutes to talk about our next space. But I appreciate you having me on, my boy. You're doing a great thing here. This is an amazing thing you're doing, and just keep it up. I mean, it'll
I
all start to
appreciate
come
it,
into
man.
fruition soon. It'll come into fruition soon, my man.
I appreciate that.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
see you later, my man.
All right, see you, Brody.
All right, see ya. Shout out to my man Ace for hopping on with us. Really good chatting with him. Always a pleasure to have him on. I completely always enjoy his spaces, and I'll definitely be keeping up with that. Uh, we have been streaming for quite a while here, so I think we're gonna go on break. I'm gonna take a little second, recover, and then we're gonna come back, and then it will lead us right into the Flory Biduga commit, and then that'll be pretty much it for the stream. This has been one hell of a stream, man. We had my friend on, we had my man Ace. Uh, I'm telling y'all, big things are coming. Big things. But yeah, that's gonna do it for now. Um, After the break, I'll come back and then we'll cover whatever we can in between the time that Flory commits, and yeah. So that's the plan, and I'll see y'all guys in about 10-15 minutes, I would say approximately. Uh, don't know really how long it's gonna be. I just need a second to get my bearings, and we'll be right back. Alright. Hey everyone, welcome back to the stream. We are back for now. We got about, let's say 20-ish minutes until the Flory Biduga announcement. You heard it here, and you heard it from Ace. There's about a 90% chance that, Flory chooses Auburn. So, that's some nice insider information there. Um, Obviously, I did say I was going to get someone on here before he commits to give us a little bit of more of a little deep dive there, and I did. We pulled through, and I'm very, very excited to see what the future holds for Auburn basketball. Um, Obviously, we've got a pretty solid roster this season, and I'm really, really excited to see what Denver Jones has to bring. Um, he is a three-level scorer from FIU. I feel really, really confident in him doing good. I'm also really high on Chad Baker Mazra. I know a lot of people don't really talk about him that much, but I feel like he is one of the better players on our roster this year. Whether everybody thinks it or not. I just really, really, really feel that I don't know. I think obviously at the end of the day, we have a roster capable of being in the top 3 of the SEC. I think I can say that with pretty pure confidence. And I think that we really have the depth this year more than any other year than anything. Because I mean, last year you look at it, we didn't really have that much depth. Um, just because we had Wendell Green, we obviously had Zeb Jasper, Alan Flanagan. Um, but I mean, we didn't really have the depth that we have this season. This year we have Aiden Holloway, Denver Jones, Chad Baker Mazra, Jalen Williams, Yoni Broom, uh, what's his name? The dude we just got from UAH. Let's see. Let's see our roster. Obviously Cardwell there on the bench. Katie Johnson. Katie Johnson is honestly, he'll always be my favorite player on our team in general. Like, he's very on and off, but looking wise, I mean, he brings the energy, man. And that is what I really, really like about that's what I like about him. Chaney Johnson I'm really high on. He is a 3-level scorer with a nice little dribble move there. He came from UAH, which is actually just like 20 minutes away from me. So I'm really excited for him and Leroy Berman. He's back again for another season. Always love the Berminator is what we call him here at Auburn. But yeah, I feel really, really confident in our chances to have like a really good roster this year. And I think having tied Pettiford and adding along Flory Badunga the year after that would be absolutely crazy. Because, I mean, like I said on the stream when I was interviewing Ace, I really feel like we really haven't had that pick and roll game since like Austin Wiley back in like 2020. Uh, when we had that Samir Dowdy, Austin Wiley, Jared Harper, those guys. The future is looking very, very bright for Auburn basketball. Um, and honestly, I expect I know a lot of people don't expect this, but I honestly expect Aiden Holloway to average about 12 points a game. I mean, I really, really, really like him as a player, and I think he's gonna be a little bit of Sharif Cooper, but I feel like obviously nothing can compare to how good Sharif would have been, right? But I feel like also uh another thing is we really can't put that on a freshman because we have a lot of other guys that can uh be really good, but I feel like out of everyone, Aiden has the highest ceiling. Like like I've heard, I really don't expect Aiden to be one and done. He'll have to absolutely kill it, and I mean I expect him to kill it, but I don't think playing time. I don't think he'll get the touches because I mean obviously we've got Yoni and he's gonna be a really our like main guy there to be out there and averaging probably around 20 points per game, I would say. Uh, so I really feel confident about him, and I really feel confident about Yoni. I feel like he is our best bet, probably like average 20 a game. I feel like he's going to be all SEC caliber. I think he's going to be the best center probably in the SEC this year. That is with Oscar Shibwe not there anymore. So it's going to be just obviously it's going to be really interesting as we get closer and closer to the college basketball season. Um, so it's going to be really really cool to see what we see there. Um, Flory Biduga halftime of the UA8 Elite 24 game. Sadly, I can't um I can't stream it live cuz I don't have what's this crap ESPNU, but I will try to bring you the best coverage of it I can possibly bring you. Um but yeah, I mean we got about 10 more minutes to go here before Flory is has the floor and he's ready to commit. And I'm really excited. I really like our chances. Um, Ace, if you see this later, my man, if we don't pull him, that's gonna come back to haunt you, man. 90% 95% chance to get him. I believe you now. I'm getting hyped. Better not let me down, my boy. But yeah, obviously, I feel really good about our chances with Flory. Weeks ago, I can't say I did, really, honestly. Um, I can't say I did. I was not expecting him to come here weeks ago at all. Like, um, I did not expect it at all. And I honestly thought we were completely out of it. I mean, I really did. I thought we didn't have a shot. I thought it was extremely far-fetched for us to get him. And I mean, a lot of people did too. A lot of other people did too, but we hung in there somehow, some way. And we're gonna get him. I mean, we are. I mean, I'm starting to feel a little bit more confident about that now, but we are 90, 95, like you said, percent chance we're getting Flory Badunga. So we got 9 minutes now. It's time to start the countdown. We got 9 minutes until Flory Badunga, 5-star recruit, number one center in the nation, commits. Uh, Sadly, I can't play it live, obviously. That would break a lot of rules through copyright, but I will be watching it and I will give y'all the best coverage I can bring, obviously. Um, but yeah, if we somehow pull this off, if we do pull this off, uh, it's just gonna be another thing. Like Bruce Pearl's like, oh my gosh, bro, he's literally, um, hey, what's up? Welcome to the chat, my boy. Glad to have you in here. Let's show this. I looked at Syracuse and they have two really good guards and they have Traore there. Yeah, I actually was talking about Syracuse either or earlier. I was talking about them, and I feel like a lot of people are really counting them out this year. But last year, let's not forget, they were just a couple of snaps away from beating Clemson, the same Clemson team that went 10-4 this season. So, I mean, yeah, when you really think about it, they really have a lot of talent. They do have two really. Oh, you're talking about the basketball team, are you? Are you talking about the basketball or the football team? I think you're talking about. Yeah, you're talking about the basketball team, Traore. Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying now. My bad. I thought you were talking about the football team for a second. You said Traore, so I, honestly completely forgot that dude was on Auburn's roster. Because, I mean, he completely vanished. He got there at Auburn, and then he completely, like, utterly vanished from the entire roster. Traore was actually one of the guys preseason I was talking about last offseason that I was so stoked to have on our roster. Cause I mean, he's like 6'11". Um, he's got really raw potential. He can shoot the three ball, but I mean, we really didn't play him much. Um, oh yeah, absolutely. I would love to see him break out. Cause I'm obviously not mad he left Auburn. Honestly, uh, I'm glad he did what's best for him. At the end of the day, that's really what all it matters. I know a lot of salty people on here that's like, oh, frick him, he shouldn't have left. But yeah, Syracuse basketball team, they're in really really good shape. I forgot that dude's name. Chance Westry. He also went to Auburn. He also went to Syracuse. I didn't know y'all got Traore too. Um, but yeah, I really like Syracuse now that look, if you're a Syracuse fan, I hate to hate to like kind of say this, but it was time for Boheim to go, man. He was really really old and absolutely. I feel like Westry, well it says I'm looking at their roster here. It says they have him on here. On their like actual official men's basketball roster. Maybe I just missed something. Maybe they haven't updated it yet. Let me look it up. You're probably right. Let's see. Yeah. I was wondering what you were talking about because I was just looking at their official roster just a second ago and I didn't see Traore on there. But yeah, Westry now. Westry's a whole different conversation. That's a guy who I think personally could have been really. I was extremely shocked that he transferred. By the way, not really extremely shocked, but I was a little shocked at him transferring because uh before he said Auburn's his place. Uh, but yeah, Westry. Oh man, I wish he got more playing time with us. It's just really unfortunate because he was hurt for like a good bit of the season, and he really didn't get the playing. He wasn't really gonna get the playing time anyways because Jalen Williams was kind of holding up that position. Um, but yeah, Chance Westry's gonna do great for y'all if you're a Syracuse fan. I'm assuming you are, but yeah, absolutely. Um, he's gonna do great at Syracuse. And I hope he does great. I'll be watching, cause I got kind of confused there, but yeah, I love Westry, man. He's a good player. He's a good guy too. I've never really talked to him before, but just off of like the interviews. Oh, you're an Auburn fan. Oh, okay. I was wondering why you were talking about Syracuse so much then. Uh, but yeah, Syracuse is pretty solid this year. Um, but yeah, we're kind. Oh, I didn't even notice. It's literally like 2 minutes before his supposed commitment date. Syracuse shooting guard JJ. Oh yeah, I heard about JJ Starling. He's really really good. Uh, yeah, and played in Indiana, the same state Flory plays in. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I I think I think Auburn's gonna be really really strong these upcoming next seasons. Uh, Judah. Hold up, I didn't see that one. Judah Mintz is the starting running back, ACC Player of the Year. Oh, Judah Mintz is gonna be in the running for ACC Player of the Year for Arkansas. Oh yeah, no doubt. He has a lot of talent. Um, I'm not really sure he got the playing time he should have been getting before, but yeah, he's pretty solid. But yeah, I completely agree. He's definitely gonna be in the. Oh yeah, Oh yeah, this was the guy, the freshman, that averaged 16 a game for them last year. Yeah, yeah. I completely agree. I think Syracuse is gonna be. He's definitely gonna be in the running up there for it. I mean, he averaged 16, 2, and 4 on 44% field goal percentage. So I definitely think he's up there with probably a bunch of Duke guys and North Carolina guys. But yeah, I completely agree. I think he's definitely gonna be up there. I think he probably honestly averages around probably 20 when it's all said and done next year. That's just the type of talent he has. But it's always gonna be tough to beat those Duke players for that ACC Player of the Year spot because um Jeremy Roach uh he's gonna be up there. He really hasn't got the playing time he should be getting, but I think this year he gets that playing time finally. I think he breaks out. I really really like Jeremy Roach. Let's talk about Broom though. He's a different type of monster. He's gonna be. Oh yeah, no doubt. I was just talking about that before you got here. Broom is I feel like he's a surefire 20 points a game at least for the upcoming season, honestly. Um, but yeah, no doubt. Honestly, I really I don't think people talk about this enough about Broom's game. He's honestly a really really underrated defensive player, and I don't think he gets the credit he should be getting for that. And he's also putting a lot of time in the gym, obviously, on the court, practicing his 3-point jumper. He is gonna be honestly. I really could not put it past him if he won SEC Player of the Year. I was just talking about it earlier. I feel really really confident. I know a lot of everybody's always look. It's Auburn. We're always gonna be an underrated basketball team, just because there's so much talent in the SEC nowadays that it's like it's kind of a it's kind of always gonna be like the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5 are all gonna make March, right? That's kind of how it was last year. Uh, I don't remember what team like. Yeah, he does. Is it- Flory reminds me of Sonogo too. I mean, I really haven't seen Flory like shoot the ball like 3-point wise. A lot of his talent, a lot of his highlights are him dunking the ball actually, just because he has such a mismatch on the floor. I think he's 7 foot, isn't he? It says he's 6'8" on 24/7 Sports, but I'm pretty sure he has to be 7 foot. There's no way that dude is dunking like that and not at least 7 foot. 6'9". Wow. It's crazy he's dunking like that. Like he has a crazy vertical to be dunking like that at 6'9". And I mean, whew, man. Um, it's gonna be really fun. I was talking about this with Ace earlier on the stream. It is gonna be one hell of a fun show to see Pettiford and Flory on the same court. That is assuming we do get him. I'm gonna scold Ace if we don't get him because he gave me a 95% chance we get him. Which I mean I agree. From the sources I've read, it's likely a done deal. Yeah, Sonogo is the same height. Yeah, Flory does have more hype. I feel like he's been like we've been like on him for like such a long time. Honestly, I feel like it was just April when we Twitter started like erupting because the now Ole Miss commit forgot his name. He's a center, or not Ole Miss commit. Peyton Marshall. When Peyton Marshall committed, we kind of heard a little bit about Flory, and then it kind of faded, saying that kind of we weren't gonna beat out Duke. Nah, no way we're beating out the blue blood Duke. Well, times have changed, and we can really afford to um stay in the we can stay in the race with these teams now. One guy, man, I'm so mad we missed out on him, but we almost had Ace Bailey, and obviously I don't think we're done on him. I'm so surprised he went to Rutgers, man. So surprised. I'm honestly kind of mad he did. But we almost had Ace Bailey too, and that would have been one of the no, not one of the greatest Auburn class in history. Which I mean, still with assuming Flory does commit, this would still be one of the biggest Auburn classes in the Bruce Pearl era and maybe even ever. So, I mean, yeah, when you really think about it, it's massive. I'm trying to see if I could see where I don't see them streaming the commitment anywhere, so I'm not sure I can actually like I was gonna put it up here and then I was gonna add audio for it so I'm not like copywriting anything, but I don't I'm not sure where they're actually gonna be streaming it. I know it's on ESPNU, but I don't have that, so yeah, I understand that, and I mean, it's always gonna be a kind of a concern having a player like that, because I mean, obviously, a player of that caliber, obviously, always that high, you've got to worry about injuries, but I mean, it's just kind of something that comes with the territory of being athletic and tall. I mean, I absolutely agree, though. I think that is a concern, but I don't think that's something that's gonna stop him from being successful. Because I mean, when you really think about it, we really haven't had a big man like this ever before. I mean, yeah, we've had a couple, Austin Wiley, uh, Macklemore, but they weren't really like tall, athletic big man. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely excited. I'm trying to see where they're streaming this thing. Let's see. Come on, they've got to be streaming it somewhere on YouTube or somewhere. Come on. Man, I'm gonna miss the commitment most likely. I'm gonna miss the stream at least, because I don't know where it is. I'm just gonna keep updating Twitter until I get a announcement here. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. I feel like it obviously comes with the territory, and I feel like anybody of that caliber is gonna. Flory might not get dominant playing time till his sophomore or senior year though, unless Bruce Pearl plays him at the 4. He puts on more muscle though. He's even a monster, man. Yeah, I completely agree. I could definitely see him playing at the 4, honestly. Um, uh, center wise, I'm not really sure. I think he would probably get at least a decent amount of playing time in his freshman year. Because obviously, I'm not sure about anybody else here, but I'm pretty sure Yoni Broom has a chance with how with how good he's probably gonna be this year. I could see him probably going through the draft. Cardwell, I think he's a senior. So yeah. Yeah, Cardwell is a senior. I think. Let me check just to make sure. Let's see, where is that at? Let me just look on the Auburn roster. Yeah, okay, yeah, he's a senior. So basically next year with Yoni, pretty confident with how weak that class is. Pretty confident he's gonna go. So I could definitely see Flory starting, honestly. I I I definitely could understand what you're saying though, because if we get like a transfer before the start of the season, I definitely think I definitely think he gets the starting job there. Yeah, that's kind of what I was just saying. Flory, I think Flory starts unless we get a transfer big. Yeah, I completely agree with that. But I know Ty Pettiford most likely gonna start. 99% sure. We can't waste a guy that with that talent on the bench. My only concern for Pettiford, honestly, I could. Oh yeah, absolutely. Um, I don't know about you, but I genuinely could see Ty Pettiford staying more than 1 year. Cause think about it. NBA scouts never want to draft a guy who's 6 foot, kind of lower. Um, I think Ty's actually 6'1", but they don't want to draft a guy like that. I mean, we seen with Sharif Cooper that whole deal. We saw how low he went. Um, it's obviously gonna be an interesting situation there. What is going on with the Flory stuff, man? Rain on the court. Man, why are they playing a basketball game outside? That is not supposed to, uh, that's not supposed to be how it goes. Why is that crap being played outside? That's crazy. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, just look at it height wise, and honestly, the only really way I see Aiden going this year is if he averages like throw out a number here 17, 16, something crazy. But with the experience we're returning back, obviously Jalen Williams back, Yoni Broom's back, Denver Jones coming in. Uh, I I don't think he gets. I think he gets offensive touches, but I think he's a really good passer. So I could definitely see him playing 2 or 3 years. Honestly, um, I just really hope none of them make the same mistake Sharif did. Honestly, man, what could have been? Sorry. Uh, yeah, what could have been that team, man? If if Sharif had stayed, we would have had Sharif, uh, Walker Kessler, and Jabari Smith on all on the same team, and possibly even freaking Jalen Green, man. I'm so mad to this day, that we did not pull out Jalen Green, man. Cause you see these interviews, and it's like, I feel like he's kind of milking it a little bit. I don't know if he really wanted to go to Auburn that bad. Because if he wanted to, he would have chose Auburn. But, yeah. Let's see. Refresh. I still not really seeing much change in the Flory stuff. Not sure when he's gonna commit, but all I know is something's up with the elite Under Armour floor because they're playing outside for some reason. Come on. I just want to get this and move on so we can see if he's coming to Auburn or not. I hate that I can't watch this crap. Maybe I can turn on the radio. Come on, there's got to be some way I can watch it. UA next, Elite 24. Come on. There's got to be something here. Yeah, I don't see anything. Come on, where's the news at? Apparently, Sharif Cooper and Isaac Okoro are at the Elite 24 game. I wonder what that tells you. Also, just mentioning Auburn recruiting, pulling TJ Lindsley was a good get, really good get. Um, you should have been here when I had Ace on. He gave me all the intel, man. Kyle said he was possibly streaming on All Auburn Day YouTube channel. All right, bet. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna check. Let's see. All Auburn all day. Yeah, I don't see it in here. Unless I'm looking at the wrong channel. Yeah, I missed all the spaces because I've been streaming for nearly 3 hours here, so I don't know where to go. Yeah. I just seen that on Twitter. They were talking before the game. I wonder what they might be talking about, you know? Come on, if we got, I'm gonna be so mad if he pulls a 180 on us. All of these Duke insiders throwing crystal balls out there. All these coaches, it's a elite event, so I'm not really completely sure. I mean, it could, honestly. They could, maybe, as fans. Um, I'm not really sure there, though. Bruh. Let me get this dude out of chat. Don't mind that extra person in chat. That is my brother just trying to troll. So I'm going to put him in timeout. I'm trying to see when this dude's committing. Come on. Bro. No. It was supposed to start at 8. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I seen that, yeah, I seen that. I seen the pictures posted. Um, I'm not really sure why. Uh, it's, I guess it's because they're freaking playing the game outside. Bro, I'm gonna get, I'm gonna have to hide chat. Boom. There we go. Don't mind that in chat. I don't know why my brother's being like that, so. Yeah, 8:15. I don't know why they're cleaning the court again, so. I feel like it's always just like this stuff branching out, like majorly. I feel like it's just like, it's the same thing with the KJ Bolden thing. It's kind of like stretching out, stretching out, stretching out, and then finally the commitment comes. It's obviously not his fault, but. Trying to see if there's any stream on here. Yeah, he was supposed to. I'm not sure why it's it's doing that. They're doing that. I'm gonna delete this. All right. I'm not sure what's going on here. Are they actually playing the game now, or are they actually are they doing the commitment thing, or are they gonna play the game even more? Oh my gosh. They play the game until halftime, then Flory commits, then he plays the rest of the game. Yeah, but he had it scheduled for he had it scheduled for this time by now, so um I'm not sure what's going on there. Yeah, honestly probably. He probably just pushed it back. Yeah. They haven't even started the game yet. Um Kind of sucks. But it's alright. We're gonna hang out here for as long as we can until I'm not really sure how long the game's supposed to be, but it shouldn't be too long. This has already been one hell of a long stream though. So, I don't want to wait too long. Man, tired. I'm just looking at I was looking at the Elite 24 highlights from the games before, and man, that dude can jump. I can't wait till he gets on campus and he gets actually in basketball time, so we can see the crazy dunks he pulls off in game. The team's coached by like Are we talking like the Jarris Walker that got drafted to the Pistons? The Jarris Walker that nearly committed to Auburn but flipped to um Memphis. Is that the same Jarris Walker or am I tripping here? The one that got coached by the Pacers. Yeah. Drafted. Yeah. That's weird he's coaching the team. I can't believe Tide and Flory are playing on the two different teams. I was watching highlights the other day and it was Tide and Flory just both kind of like passing and just hitting some nice moves there. So, I see there's a Duke recruiting space. They have a whole space up for Flory Biduga right now. They're in poverty right now, for real. I swear, if Duke gets them, I'm ending the stream literally like the second I hear D come out of his mouth. Look, I wouldn't be mad at the kid. Obviously, you can't ever be mad at the kid for committing to a certain school, but um, it would be painfully, it would be painful to watch Flory troll Auburn like that, com convince all the Duke people that he was going to Auburn, and then last second going to Duke. That would just be the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life, bro. I really wish Flory would just like get it get it out of the way before the game starts instead of waiting after multiple delays to actually start the game and then committing at halftime again. I think we're oh yep, game time? Are they saying it's the game is starting or are they saying it's actually announcement time or just game time? I think the game just started. Okay. Is it 4 quarters or just 2 quarters? Yeah, it must be just 1 quarter and then halftime. So 20 minutes about right? Unless they're playing like just quick 10-minute. Yeah, I see it now. It's starting. I just wish they didn't have any delays. Because now it's going to be another, what, 30 minutes? Probably. Well, Kyle said it's about to start, so. So it's finally starting. Thank God. So we can finally get this to move on. This is just running up my stream time right now. This is gonna be a absolute pain to upload to Spotify. Alright, so the game is underway. So probably, I'm not sure how long the game is. He said he'd announce at halftime. So probably about 10 minutes. Let's see. So the game's starting now. That's good. Tied is 0 and white. Bidunga's 45 and black. So yeah, they're on they're on different teams. We got a good minute. We gotta wait a good minute now. It's gonna be 10 minutes, isn't it? I want to just say I'll just wait until the commitment, but if it's 20 minutes, I mean, I gotta go to sleep at some point. So I can't wait. I can't wait here all night for the commitment. Come on, someone has to be streaming this somewhere. Nope, nobody is streaming it anywhere. That's crazy. Ah, man, it's gonna be a pain to wait through. So anybody just now tuning in, we're basically now all of our sports discussion. You can You could rewind if you want. All of that was um just like throughout the entire thing. We had an interview with one of my friends, and then Ace hopped on here and we had an interview with him. Uh so basically that's all that's left is we're just waiting for whenever the heck this man is committing. We're just gonna wait for the commit, and then that'll probably end the stream because this has been a 3 hour and 37 minute stream. So I'm out here grinding. So yeah, that's pretty much the game plan for the rest of the stream. So um that's pretty much gonna be it. Is just me waiting for Flory, then I'm gonna give my reaction, and then that's pretty much it. But yeah, this is an absolute pain to wait through. Definitely. So yeah, it got delayed um till 8:30, but it's finally starting. So yeah, I just seen that. Someone posted the clip of it and tied literally freaking tomahawks on a wet court. Crazy. Just please don't get hurt is what I'm saying. No ACL tears. Oof. Man, that is such a hard dunk. That is, man, his athleticism is absolutely off the walls. I mean, it is ridiculous how athletic this man is. Oh man. So, does anybody in here know like how much time is gonna be like in a half? I'm assuming it's like 10, 15, probably around 20. So that's what I'm assuming. I don't know if any of you guys know, but that'd be great to know. Oh, my phone went dead, so I can't even. Looks like I won't know until afterwards. Give me ones. I just had to plug in my charger real quick. $20.23. All right. I was assuming it was around like 2023, so I'm definitely not surprised by that. It'll go by fast, I'm sure. I just wish I could actually watch it, cause I can't watch it at all right now. I just, man, it sucks not being able to watch it because I can't really give the best coverage of it. Is it on ESPN Plus? Forgot my ESPN login, so I can't even log into it. Hmm. Oh, lordy. I'm trying to figure something out here so I can watch the game. Alright, there we go. Maybe I can watch it now. Where is it? Where's the ESPN stuff, bro? I'm trying to find where it's at, but I can't find it anywhere on ESPN, so... We're just gonna have to wait it out. What do y'all think? Should I just end it here, or should I just wait until the 20 minutes is up and this thing is over and I can just wait until the announcement? Because, I mean, this has already been the longest stream by far I've ever done in general. I just don't know if it's worth it to just wait it out. But I'm gonna continue to just sit here and wait it out. That's good. It's cool. We got this. It'll be good. My lord. Frick it. I'm going to the watch party now.
You watching the basketball game?
No, that's gonna be so annoying in there.
I can't watch the basketball game,
No,
y'all.
it's a bad idea. Some dude just ate shit on the court.
Nah, they ass. I ain't gonna lie. I'm watching some ass out here, but it's okay. I didn't know Harper's son.
Hey, what's the update, y'all? Y'all gotta give me updates, because I can't watch the game.
Why not?
I don't have ESPN, you.
Oh, okay.
I was literally...
We got 12 minutes before anything happens. So.
Yeah, it's 20 to 15 Tahad's team.
Perfect.
So they showed both Tahad and Flory, and they said that Tahad plays like James Harden, like Giannis.
They said Tide plays like James Harden, and Flory plays like
Yeah.
Giannis.
Yeah.
Alright, looks like we got James Harden and Giannis on the court.
Yeah.
Who is 42? He's like 7'4".
In my opinion, Tahad plays like a younger Brandon Jennings.
He honestly plays like Russell Westbrook sometimes, honestly.
I think someone talked about Flory like Bam.
Kind of. I mean, Flory really can't shoot that great.
I see Flory playing like a Sonogo.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead, real. I was talking to Brandon.
Oh yeah, Samuel said that in my stream chat.
Yeah.
Flory plays like a Sonogo.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. Just seeing that, like Under Armour out here saying that Flory plays like Giannis, I'm like, damn, okay.
I saw a video of him dribbling on the three-point line, like literally crossing someone up and getting to the rim.
So it sounds like
See, like part of me wants to be like, oh, so he got some of that Jokic in them.
I don't know about that, man. That's a little bit much.
Okay.
Animal ourselves.
Hey, bro, fucking Under Armour did this shit to us. They're fucking calling Flory the next Giannis.
No, they just say his game is compared to Giannis.
That's basically the same thing. What?
Tomato.
Yeah, like I've literally been waiting to cover the Flory announcement live on my podcast stream and I've just been waiting here for any type of
I've been
announcement.
watching fucking swimming the entire time. Fuck that. At least we finally got basketball to watch.
I'm gonna end up having this stream at 4 hours before he actually commits.
Damn.
Did you see they skipped over the girls game? That was
Yeah, they
very
skipped over it.
And there wasn't nobody out there I want to see unless there was a UConn. You know what? The UConn girls basketball team is the only non-Auburn sport I root for.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because our girls basketball team is dirt. Nobody knows nothing about them. I damn don't.
They're on their way up though.
That's why, I mean, but I'm just rooting for Paige Beckers. Paige Beckers, I've been watching since high school. Oh! Oh my God!
Bro, y'all making me jealous. I can't watch the game. Ugh. This is making me mad.
He did that pregame. He did that pregame. Like, he did a whole windmill, like, in warm-up.
Yeah, I seen that.
Practice. He went between the legs in practice. I'm trying to see that.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest, though. Like, we really got, you know, his feet going, have feet started.
Alright, boys. I'm sorry, y'all.
Hey,
I can't.
y'all be glad there's
I can't wait. This is already gonna be an absolute pain to upload. So, I'm gonna end it right here. I'm sorry for the non-professionalness. Obviously, I'm not a professional here, so it's always gonna be a little bit unprofessional. But I'm going to end it here, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.